I hope it lasts, man.
All right, we are live. Welcome
What's
back.
up?
What up?
Hey, you guys. Back.
Here we go.
All right. So, yeah, it's been about 9 months since we had the last official Extreme list topic, but all of us are going to talk about our top films of 2017. So, right, John? 2017?
Yeah, well, listen up, people. I have a couple on my list from 2016, so bear with me on that. I didn't get to watch them till last year, so but
I have saved the day for John a little bit in the last 10 minutes before I've reminded him of a few titles that he has seen, so he should be good. He should be all right. So, it's good to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I apologize if the internet or the connection is choppy. I'm no longer in Hawaii, so
yep.
Mm-hmm.
No more beaches.
Yep, just a bunch of bitches. All right. So, how many people do we have?
We have 3 watching. We got Jack Sick, 4K, Tiffany Brewer. Yeah, so 3 or 4 watching. Trini's.
Oh, all right. Sweet.
Nice.
All right, well, welcome, guys. This is our favorite list. It's not a list of
subjective lists.
Gonna win at the Oscars or what's the best picture. Because you'll find a lot of us, like the same films but have it ranked differently, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But there's just some genres or some styles of films that I just can't get into. But does anyone want to go first?
I think we should bring Adam. We should do Adam first since he hasn't been in here in quite a while. So
yeah.
Okay, so we'll start with number 20 and then work our way down to 1. We'll go one at a time. Adam, you can go first. I'll go second. Let's have Jace. You can go third, and then John.
Yep.
Number 4. So we have time to switch this list. No. All right.
John's still like watching a movie on another.
I'm watching the movie. I can talk right now, so
John will be like, "Oh yeah, I forgot that film.
I just finished it."
Yeah. Well, John, you might have to go on Letterboxd to look at the list.
Yeah. So just be. I'm letting out of the bag, but John had Death Sentence with Kevin Bacon on his list. All right.
These guys want to act like there's a movie like they have like Hoarder. Like let's just go. Hoarder has never watched 976 Evil until last year, so and that came out in the fucking 80s. But anyway,
okay. No, Adam, go ahead, man.
Okay, number 20 for me is a kind of movie I watched late in the year, and that is Creep 2. It's the sequel to Creep. Just like the original one. I mean, it is creepy.
Wow.
I mean, it's like, Mark Duplass is, but this time he's doing the documentary or whatever with a female. So, but it's also got Dopender from Deadpool. He's in there in the beginning. But Creep 2.
I haven't seen that.
It's very, very good. Yep.
Yeah, that's one I forgot about that I had seen too. Yeah, it wasn't as good as the first one, but what do you think? It was the first one was better, right, Adam?
Yeah. I mean that ending was pretty disturbing, but
yeah.
Yep. Not too bad.
Creep 2.
Creep 2, number 20 for Adam. Nice.
All right. So I kind of watched some of it, but like 5 minutes, and then didn't go back to it. But I like the first one. All right, my number 20. I thought it was okay. I don't think it deserves all the nominations at the Oscars that it got. But my number 20 is The Shape of Water.
Oh,
nice.
Seen it.
Yeah, and so I'm here actually watching it with my parents, and I'm quite embarrassed.
Wow.
Because that lady in the bathtub was like flicking the bean one too many times.
Yeah, very.
So it was pretty a bit risque to be watching with your parents.
All right. Yeah.
It's Guillermo del Toro. Yep.
I'll know what to expect when I watch it, man. So
hey, but I'm glad they didn't show some creature dong or anything.
That would have. It could have been like a Watchman situation, man.
Yeah. So, again, I think it made my top 20 based on. I like Guillermo del Toro's style. It was a bit dark. But Michael Shannon did awesome.
Michael Shannon was probably my favorite part. I wasn't as big on you on it, and probably Adam, but it was good. But I just thought it's sort of kind of seen it before, but I liked the little music in it, and the cinematography was quite good as well. I must admit, but not bad. I think you said Pan's Labyrinth is a lot better, which I actually haven't seen.
Oh, it's Pan's Labyrinth's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Hey, Jace.
Okay, so my number 20, I'm not sure John's seen it, but I think the other two, Adam and Horda, I know Horda has seen it, is Ingrid Goes West.
Yep.
Aubrey Plaza and Elizabeth Olsen. Very relevant to today's times with social media being such a big thing. And this is virtually all about Instagram and how a girl, Aubrey Plaza, gets obsessed with a celebrity type of person. And it's really entertaining. A lot of sort of dark humor in there and nice drama. And one of those movies. A lot of these type of movies you see all the time, but this one was quite entertaining and fun, and one that I could see myself rewatching quite a few times. I just liked it. I think it was really well paced, and some good messages at the end about social media and how you become obsessed with it and the dangers of it as well, I guess. So I thought it was really entertaining and enjoyable.
Okay. Cool. I haven't seen that one yet, but that's one that I wanted to watch. So
it's good, man. It's I think it's out on. Well, it's definitely out on Blu-ray now. I definitely want to pick that one up actually because had a lot of fun just watching it. It was really good, I thought.
The other one I was telling you about last night. We're not gonna mention. We'll mention it afterwards. But the other one I was telling you about last night about with what's her name, Dakota Fanning, that you should watch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Okay. Yep. So that's my number 20. So I guess John, you're
all right. My number 20 is a fucking 2017 film. Thank you, Jace, for helping me out. Because apparently I had a fucking film on my list that was all the way from 2007, and I didn't see it till 10 years later. Don't ask me what I was doing in 2007, but whatever. But let's get to it. So. My number 20 is actually Gerald's Game. I think a lot of people had mixed feelings on it. Some people said it was too slow. I think Robbie saw it and he said it was a little bit too slow for him. There were some good parts though too. I mean,
there was. Yeah.
They did say that it's the closest the adaptation of a Stephen King book next to what's the other one? There's one other film that's really close to the book, almost shot for shot or to the novel. And this one, Misery is the other film that is the film adaptation is very close to the book. And they said Gerald's Game is very, very close to the book. So if people have read the book, they probably know what I'm talking about.
I read it like 15 years ago, but
Yeah, I thought it was a really good psychological sort of thriller drama. I just thought the ending was what killed it for me, like the last sort of 5-10 minutes. But apart from that, I thought it was pretty good. Like, very interesting, like backstory about the girl's life and like what sort of happened. And yeah, I thought it was good up until like the last 10-15 minutes, but the whole reveal thing. It's like, oh no.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's my number 20. So.
Yep. Not
I think
bad
that
at all.
would be like in my bottom 10. It was.
Yeah, I think it was. It was pretty low for me, but that's because I've seen so many films. I think it was, but I still gave it, I think, a 3 on Letterboxd. I don't think it wasn't that bad, but still, many other films probably better than it. The ending just killed it for me, as I just said. Yeah.
So if some of us don't have much to say about the movie, it's probably because we have it further on our list. So
yeah,
just save it until you reveal it, I guess.
Yeah, well, it's kind of good. Like, I mean, that's the first one we've all seen, like that one. So that's good.
It's actually pretty interesting that in the novel, she's topless the whole time.
Oh, really?
So, yep.
Maybe I would like that better.
Yeah, it wouldn't maybe not get away with that on Netflix, dude.
I don't remember that part in the movie. Fuck.
Yeah.
Nope. She's topless the whole time.
Carla Janea, yeah. Okay. I think it's back to Adam. 19.
All right. So number 19 is, for me, the best animated movie of the year. And that is, we have Coco.
Coco.
I'm in love with the Coco.
I knew it. Yeah.
I saw it in theaters, and it's amazing. It's I think it's one of the Pixar's, like, because Pixar's been like hit and miss for me in the last like 5 or 6 years, but this one is definitely.
Is that about Mexico? Yeah,
it's about Mexico and in the Day of the Dead, and how they all, honor their loved ones that have passed away. And
did they have an animated wall?
Oh fuck, yo! Too soon, man.
No,
Robbie, man.
Okay. Well, Coco, I don't know anything about, but that's something I'll probably.
I haven't seen it, but or something. Yeah, exactly. I think it's probably going to win. I haven't heard any about the other animated movies, so I assume that's probably going to win for the best animated film.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, my number 19. I wasn't going to watch this movie. It didn't spark my interest. I didn't know. I don't even think I've seen the trailer, but I looked at the cast. Not a big Channing Tatum fan, but he was all right in this. That is Logan Lucky.
Ooh, nice. That's a good one.
So it was
on Blu-ray.
Heist film.
Logan Lucky.
That's it kept my interest. Usually those type of films are same old, but it was they had a kind of an original, at least setting. But it was funny. It had its comedic moments, but the guy who stole the show for me was Daniel Craig. He was
he
fun.
was.
I didn't even recognize him.
Yeah, him and Adam Driver were great. Yeah.
When I saw it in theaters, I did not check IMDb like ahead of time, and when a certain actress, spoilers, but it's on the cover or on the back of it, Hilary Swank. When she showed up, I was like, "What the hell, man?" I'm like, I haven't seen her forever, and she showed up, and I was surprised at that.
Dude. Yeah. But no, I'll probably that will be mentioned for me later because that's in my list later. So I guess I'll mention it a bit more later on. Okay. I guess it's me. Number 19 for me is The Mountain Between Us.
Yes.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie a lot. I watched it on the stream. I streamed it, so yeah, whatever. And I really enjoy these sort of survival films, and this is basically what this is about. It's Kate Winslet and Idris Elba go on a plane, and it gets an accident, and they're sort of trapped on a mountain, and they have to survive and rely on each other to survive, basically. And I enjoy those type of movies, and I thought it was really well acted and sort of interesting, and just a really nice, I guess, romance as well. You could put that in there too. So
you enjoyed the Jungle Fever.
Enjoyed Kate Winslet, man. Is that American accent? The blondes. That's what I enjoyed. But it was great.
How about Beau Bridges' little heart attack?
Oh, I know.
Spoiler! Oh my goodness.
Yeah, right at the start of the movie. And Idris Elba, I haven't seen a lot of his movies, but yeah, the more I've seen him a little bit recently, he's really good. So it's a shame probably he won't be a Bond anymore. But yeah, no, it's a great film. I highly recommend it to anyone who hasn't seen it. The Mountain Between Us. That's it.
Another one I ain't seen yet. Yep.
You're up.
All right, John. Another 2017 movie, possibly.
Another 2017 movie is with James McAvoy, Split.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
Number 19. Saw that. Not in the theaters. Won't say how, but yes, did see it. I mean, it's a lot of people give shit to M. Night Shyamalan, but I believe there are a few movies that stand out that he makes. And this one was pretty well done. It's part of a trilogy, as we know. If you guys have seen it, you'll know what happens to kind of move into the next film that's going to be part of the trilogy. The first being, the one with Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson and everything, and then this one, and then there's going to be another one. Yep. After this, so I don't know what it's called yet, but definitely.
I don't think they got a name for, but yeah, you're right. It's the Unbreakable. So the first one was great, and yeah.
It's called Hey, I haven't done anything in 10 years, but pick me.
Yeah. No, it's a good movie, John. I enjoyed it too. James McAvoy was like probably his best role that I've seen him in. He was good. I liked it. All the different characters.
Yeah, it was that
all
that
the personalities. And
yeah. I thought, the thing where he kidnaps the girls and he's got them and stuff. I thought it was gonna go a different way at first, but it didn't. So I was like, okay, I was surprised with it, and it was just an enjoyable film. Not something I'd watch over and over again, but like if you get the trilogy, you're gonna want to watch the first one, second one, and when the third one comes out and stuff. So yeah,
good sort of trilogy, psychological sort of thrillers. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was my favorite part of it because like I work in that field. So I get to experience that kind of stuff firsthand with
people with severe mental health issues and sort of psychological issues. Yeah, that's it.
Nice.
Looks like Adam. 18.
Okay. Right, number 18 is let's get a Marvel movie in here. 18 is Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Oh God.
So
go ahead, bro.
Go
ahead, say what you're gonna say about it, and then I'll say what I'm gonna say, man.
No, Tom Holland. He is not Tobey Maguire, but I think he does a pretty decent job. Michael Keaton, not too bad as the villain, and Marissa Tomei. It's Marissa Tomei, so
no argument for
that. And technically, I've only seen this twice. And the second time around, I actually watched it on 4K, and I was a bit disappointed with the 4K, and it actually brought down the movie for me just a little bit. So yeah.
Did Did you watch it with your Spider-Man stream buddies?
Kidding. No. But I still don't think it's better than Spider-Man 2 is still my favorite Spider-Man movie with Dr. Octopus.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, I still enjoy those movies. I haven't seen that one, but yeah, whatever.
All right.
Yeah.
My number 18 has to do with you remember Darius? Order, have you seen
Darius?
It's War of the Planet of the Apes.
Oh,
nice.
You know, I liked Woody Harrelson in it, but what I really liked was I hope it wins visual effects if it's been nominated, because man, the lifelike of the apes were amazing. Even if it was CGI. I mean, I don't know if it was all CGI or some practical effects, but I just, wow, I didn't miss a beat thinking, oh, this is, you know, fake or anything like that. It was so real to me. But it was pretty much, you know, kind of a rush all the way on. I didn't care for the comedic aspects of Steve Zahn's character, that little monkey.
Bad ape.
Yeah, that was kind of kiddish to me. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, it was supposed to be the end of the trilogy, but I just hope it keeps going. I know the original had like 5, but for me, it didn't quite end the way that I think it should have. You know, I don't know. I just want to see more. So maybe they can do a spin-off or something like that, like on a more of the ape environment type. Like more orangutans and stuff like that. And all that. Dr. Zeus.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't bad. Okay, so number 18 for me is pretty much related to one of my other great loves and passions in life, which is tennis. So I did Bolg versus Mcenroe, which is quite an independent film that came out last year. I actually saw this in an outdoor cinema for the first time. I'd never been to an outdoor cinema, so that was fun. And obviously this is about some of the two biggest tennis icons back in the 80s, John McEnroe and Bjorn Borg, which is an American tennis player and a Swedish tennis player. And Shia LaBeouf's in it. He plays John McEnroe, and it's just all about their rivalry, and particular the match they played at Wimbledon, which was quite an epic sort of match. So I guess this is more for people that are really into the sport of tennis and into sort of sporting films. It's really all about, you know, how their nerves before a tournament and how they, all the behind the scenes sort of things that go on. And, you know, like Bjorn Borg was such a cool customer on the court, but off the court, it was showing that he was always nervous and all that sort of thing. So, yeah, it's definitely for people that are very passionate into tennis. But, yeah, I loved it, and I thought it was great. So not much more to say about that one. It's 18, Borg versus McEnroe.
All right. My number 18 is actually, it's a movie that came out in 2016, but I did not see it available on Netflix until last year, 2017. And I kept talking it up. I kept telling Jace about it. I kept telling Trini about it. And it's a movie called Boys in the Trees. It's an Australian-based film that takes place in the late 90s, around Halloween. So you got Australian teens, and they're like skaters, and it's basically the story about these two of the kids that like were friends when they were younger, and then because they're part of different groups now, they grew apart, and it's like this surreal stuff that starts happening on a Halloween night. It's like kind of horror drama, but it's really well done, and I liked it a lot. And I like foreign movies. I like more indie type movies sometimes, and this one was a surprise. So that made my number 18, Boys in the Trees, from 2016. So
yeah, yo.
There you go.
Yeah, that one's in my Netflix queue. I just haven't got to it yet, but I'll get to it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Number 17 for me is The Disaster Artist from James Franco.
Oh, wow. Yep.
Now, everybody knows that I basically I hate The Room. The Room is one of the worst movies ever.
Yeah, definitely.
And this one actually it somehow improved on it. I mean, it's like you watch like an hour and a half bonus feature on the Blu-ray, and it's like it improved on it. So I just really like the James Franco's direction and acting, and just all the little cameos in there, and yeah, I just thought it was a lot of fun. So I had a good time. The ending credits was like but oh well.
I don't think I'll ever
converted it. They had the real scene in the I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. You don't think you'll ever see it?
No, you couldn't pay me. Like The Room, I can't even get through that. It's so horrific. So
yeah, I watched
it. Why make a movie of the worst film ever just to copy it?
Well, that's why it's got like a cult now because of everyone knows, it's the worst film. I have to watch it. Yeah,
I think it's so ridiculous just to jump on it because
The Room's terrible. I think the only thing I liked about Disaster Artist, I mean, I've seen it. James Franco was good as like Tommy Wiseau. I thought he was great and maybe even deserved like an Oscar nomination, but that's a whole different political story. But apart from that, I thought it's basically just showing how he made the film. So if you don't like The Room, or you probably won't like Disaster Artist too much. No.
Okay. The next film, after we rewatch, I'm sure it'll move up. But my first impressions, I mean, maybe because it was a bit spoiled for me that it lost its effect, so to speak. That is Brawl in Cell Block 99.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Number 17.
Love it.
So Vince Vaughn again he played a good role, something he typically doesn't play, more serious. I mean, he's always a dick in his movies, but this one, man, he's something else. But I wasn't totally shocked about the gory or gruesome parts because I've seen it all. But
probably wasn't as shocking as Bone Tomahawk, was it?
No, it wasn't.
No.
But I mean, it's up there. But it was missing something for me. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't slow. I understood the story, but I thought there could have been a little bit more to it.
Yep. Well, I'll probably talk more about that maybe a bit later.
Yep.
It's like that movie. Everyone knows. Yep, you claimed it. Okay, so we're up to 17. So number 17 for me, I've been a pretty big fan of this genre over probably the last, I'd say, 2 years now, the whodunit sort of genre. So the one for me is Murder on the Orient Express, which is obviously a remake of a
What did you call me?
What?
Which is obviously a remake of the Sidney Lumet film of the same name in the 70s. And I've been watching a lot of those sort of whodunit films, Death on an Isle and Evil Under the Sun. It's obviously based on Agatha Christie novels of Hercule Poirot, which is a famous detective in her books. And this is basically just that. It's more whodunit thing, very slow burn, lots of dialogue, but you're trying to work out who's done this murder. And it's kind of like, Clue or movies like that. You've seen those sort of films. I thought Johnny Depp was really good in it. And what's her name? Michelle Pfeiffer, she was really good as the lead. And yeah, as I said, it's nothing like spectacular, but I just really like that genre and like figuring out like little murders and things going on, even though I'd already seen the original, so I sort of knew what the story was going, but it had a few little differences which made it a bit more interesting for me. But yeah, it didn't really get much attention, and I can see why, but I like the genre, so that's why it's 17. Murder on the Orient Express.
I have not seen that.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
If you like the
I
genre.
liked it too. It had some good cinematography.
Yeah, well, as I said, I love the original. The original.
Is it like? Does it try to be like old like that, or is it more modern?
It's kind of old style, definitely old style. Like if you've seen the original Sidney Lumet one in the 70s, it's very same. It's on the train. Most of the time, it's basically on the train, and murder happens, and then the detective is questioning all the different characters, and all these characters have got a backstory, and in some way they're all
like
linked.
Clue, kind of like Clue.
Yeah, exactly like Clue, dude. Yeah. I mean, basically, it's not really spoiling, but all these characters in this train are all linked in some way to some past event or whatever. That's basically what it is. And you're trying to work out who's done it. I've been watching a lot of those movies over the last year or so. So 10 Little Indians, and then there were none. There's a lot of those ones. So yeah, they're pretty good.
All right.
Okay, John.
All right. So my number 17 is a movie that probably flew under a lot of people's radar, but it's called I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore. Came out 2017. Elijah Wood's in it, and the chick that plays in 2.5 Men as the neighbor, her name's Melanie Linsky. She's New Zealand, but she's from New Zealand, but she plays a lot of American roles. Pretty cute chick. But basically they're just like neighbors, and somebody steals her shit, and they kind of band together and go after the thieves or whatever, and it's pretty good, like little crime drama, but like I enjoyed it. So
interesting.
Is that the 16? That's the 16.
It's 2017 came out.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
John told me about this one. I haven't seen it, but yeah, I know John was telling me about this.
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's my. So if you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know she was from New Zealand, so yeah.
Yeah, she is.
Interesting. All right.
16. Yep.
Number 16 for me is it was on Netflix, and Noah Baumbach, his the Mare Witch Stories. Might have just messed up on that. New and Selected.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yep. I've got that.
You have a really great cast: Adam Sandler, Ben Stiller, Dustin Hoffman, Emma Thompson. It's probably one of the best I've seen Adam Sandler since maybe Punch Drunk Love. I mean, it's there's some good stuff from him.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably my favorite of his, but I'll talk a bit more about that later. But yeah, no, I thought it was great too. Good drama, very good. Yeah.
Yep. And there's a lot of
funny scenes in there too.
Is it sad?
Yeah, I think it is. There is some sad moments. Because it deals with different things of life. So, yeah, different situations that you might go through as a family. And, yeah, it's sort of about family and stuff. Yeah.
They got a funny cameo featuring Sigourney Weaver. And it's pretty...
Yeah, that's right. And,
it's pretty good.
Trying to think. No, isn't Adam Driver in, one scene too? As a builder or something?
I think he is.
Yeah. I remember Adam Driver's in there just for a second. Yeah.
Yeah, it's well worth checking out on Netflix.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Mm-hmm. Okay, my number 16 is Jace mentioned it. It's The Mountain Between Us.
Nice. So, I didn't realize you liked it so much. That's great.
No, as you can see from my hat, Alaska. So anything that type of setting. I couldn't even though I lived in that climate, I probably would have died day one just because it's, having to trek through the snow. And, and really have no food. It's tough, especially if you don't have the equipment. But I mean, it's kind of a love story, but
yeah, kind of.
It's more to me of an adventure.
Yeah, survival film, definitely.
Yeah, are they gonna make it out, or are they gonna just surrender and call it, and just be content with dying in the wilderness? Not gonna spoil it, but it was entertaining, and I'm not a big fan of Kate Winslet, but she did all right in this.
Yep, that's a good movie. Okay, so yeah, number 16 for me is the remake of It. I mean, it's a pretty popular choice, I think. I'm not big into horror movies as much as some of the other people on here, but I thought it was really good. I found it very entertaining, and I liked all the children actors, and kind of like a coming-of-age movie a little bit with horror elements, of course. Wasn't a huge fan of the original, just because they didn't use Pennywise as much as I thought when I did watch it, but this was great. I thought it had a lot of entertainment value to it and great horror sort of elements as well, and yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what they do next with that sort of franchise, I guess, with the Pennywise character. And I guess the kids will be all grown up in the next one. But yeah, I thought it was quite fun. I remember watching this in the cinema, and it was very enjoyable for what it was. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about it. 16, It.
Yeah, I remember watching the miniseries back in 1990. I watched part 2 at my grandma's place, and so that had a really good nostalgic feeling, growing up with Tim Curry's It. One thing that I enjoyed about the remake or the movie version is that Pennywise didn't really like scare me as much, but the real scares was the realistic scares,
exactly. Yeah,
that could actually happen.
Yeah,
was the creepy stuff.
And just the unknown sort of what was going to happen to the kids and thing, that was more scary than the actual sort of I guess the magical, like science fiction, not in science fiction but horror, like with Pennywise's magical powers and things like that. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
All that.
All right,
John, 16.
Number 16. It's another movie from 2016, but I didn't see it till last year. I believe this is another one that flew under a lot of people's radars. And it's with Katie Holmes. It's called All We Had. She's basically a mother with a teenage daughter. Seems like she's on the run, and they're living in their car, and they move to a new town somewhere like in the Midwest, and then her relationships that she develops with guys and shit, and then she starts working in like this little diner or whatever. Luke Wilson's in it, and it's just like the relationship between her and her teenage daughter, and what goes on there, and some other fucked up things. But it's a really good drama film. So I mean, if you guys haven't seen it, it's pretty good part by Katie Holmes too in it. So All We Had.
I like Katie Holmes. So
yeah, you haven't seen it, have you, Jace?
No, I haven't.
I don't
know. I always had a thing for Katie Holmes, so I might check that out. Yeah, I like it.
You rewatch The Gift a lot for them titties.
I have seen that a few times, dude. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Okay, all right, top 15, Adam.
Top 15, Adam. Number 15.
Okay, number 15. Let's get into some action here. We have Keanu Reeves, John Wick, Chapter 2.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I liked it. This is on pace to be a good trilogy. So
yeah, I totally agree. More to say about that later, but yeah, no, I love those films. The sort of stylized violence and the sort of soundtrack, and yeah, really enjoy the character. I mean, it's been done before, all that, but I just think it's really entertaining, and even the humor in it too, of all the little quirks of how he has to go to the hotel and all the little rules that the sort of organization has. It's fun.
Yep.
I thought it was good. That's a good pick.
Yeah.
Good time.
Yep, definitely.
Okay. Have you seen it, John? Have you seen part 2?
Or
no,
part 1?
not yet.
Okay.
Not
Have
yet.
you seen
Part
the first
1
one,
yet.
John?
Oh
okay.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, which basically just a continuation, dude. And then there's going to be a third one next year. So yeah.
Okay, my number 15 was said again by Jace, and that is Ingrid Goes West.
Hey,
I think I got to thank Adam, didn't I? Oh no! I got it from John, who got it from Adam. Sweet.
Okay.
Comes full circle. But basically, you can relate to it because all of us are active on IG, so it's kind of funny, seeing the IG stuff on there. What's her face? She's just always kind of yeah, she's always funny. She's always plays that role, kind of the clueless girl. And whether it's, what was it, way back, the to-do list,
Oh yeah.
One thing that I thought was miscast, and I like Elizabeth Olsen, but I don't see her in comedic roles, so to speak.
Really.
Maybe it was her hair. I thought actually from the trailers or what, that it was Kristen Bell playing the part. I thought that would have been a good.
Yeah, they look kind of similar.
Yeah, I thought that would have been a good counterpart. But I mean, overall, it's a funny movie.
It is
enjoyable. I mean, there's one part, I'm not going to spoil it, but there's one part that's kind of over the top, unrealistic, and I'm like, yeah, would that really happen? But
yeah,
overall, it was.
I thought it was, as I said, I thought it was a good sort of look at what happens with people on Instagram and how they become. Some people can get obsessed with certain figures on Instagram, want followers and all that sort of thing. Yeah, quite good.
Yeah, I think that's my second or third favorite comedy of last year. So
okay, nice. Okay, number 15 for me, and this one sort of came out of the blue. Like, I just heard a little bit about it, watched the trailer, and then I just wanted to check it out. And that is Jungle. Again, a really good sort of survival film with Daniel Radcliffe, who plays, I believe, a Russian in it, and based on a true story as well. Very good. It's directed by Greg McLean, who did the Wolf Creek films. If you haven't seen those, check those out. And this was really good. I know Horder's seen it as well, but what can you say? It's just a survival film. These 4 people from different sort of countries sort of get together, and they have a sort of a guide as well, and they have to go through the jungle to find, I think it's certain treasure or something from memory, and basically they get stranded, and the whole survival thing starts from there. So very entertaining and enjoyable, and Daniel Radcliffe was really good in it. It's nice to see him sort of carry on now from the Harry Potter sort of series, now that's all over. So I thought he was good, and liked the other cast as well, and fun movie. So that's 15, Jungle.
All right.
Nice.
All right, 15 for me. Yes, it's a fucking 2017 movie. Probably another one that flew under a lot of people's radars. But I remember me and Hoax were both talking about it. We did tell you guys about it, and whether you watched it or not, I don't know. But it's called Super Dark Times. It's basically okay. So Adam saw it. That's my number 15. It's kind of, I think it's somewhere on the East Coast, based in like the mid to late 90s. So it has that throwback vibe to it. Basically like these teen boys that have been best friends, they hang out and they go to school, they're friends with a couple other kids, and then a tragedy happens. And then one of the kids basically takes a turn for the worse. And the way it plays out, is just, it's pretty creepy and everything, and it's a little bit unexpected, the kind of shit that happens, but it's really well done. It's another type of indie flick, but I liked it quite a bit, man. So it made my list. You guys should go watch it if you haven't seen it, man.
Have not. So
it's on my queue.
It's on my watch list. Yeah.
That was in Rhode Island, right?
No, that one was in New York.
Oh, which one's in Rhode Island? Freaks?
Another one that's on my list is called Some Freaks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So Adam,
Number
14.
Number 14 is a movie that's definitely a good time because it is good time.
He's been waiting all night to say that.
Yeah, all night. I was like, I'm gonna get up with good time. Yeah, Ben and Joshua Safdie. Yeah, this is like Robert Pattinson. Like I gotta say, this is like his best role of his career. Like easily.
Yeah.
I generally enjoyed it. I mean, it had a really good like intro with the heist and all that, with the little bank heist, and man,
the soundtrack to it too, dude. Like the techno sort of soundtrack, which I'm always obviously a big fan of, and I thought that fitted in really well with the movie.
Yeah.
The only thing that we'll get a mention later.
Yeah, the only thing that I kind of questioned was, his love interest is Jennifer Jason Leigh, and there's like 20 years gap there, but I'm just like, you know what? Nowadays, age doesn't really matter.
Age doesn't matter, man.
But
all this online dating, there you go.
Me and Jace could speak on that, but we won't right now.
No, we won't talk about that.
That's for another stream, bro.
That's for X-rated stream. Yeah. I think Adam knows where we're going with that.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we have my only. Oh no! I take it back. This is a sequel. The original was definitely the better. I love the original. Second one wasn't bad. I enjoyed it, but people hating on it, and that is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Sir.
People said, "Oh yeah, the soundtrack of the first one was better," but I enjoyed that kind of music on Volume 2. ELO, Electrical Light Orchestra. They had a lot of the soundtrack, but it was more of a 70s type music. Kurt Russell. It was fun. Nothing spectacular, but a little bit predictable. But it was solid for me, and all that.
Yeah, I haven't seen that, but yeah, okay. So number 4, number 14. Speaking of superhero movies, number 14 is Logan. Hugh Jackman. Wolverine, as Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, and this was probably one of the better sort of X-Men franchise films. I think it was really good just because it was a lot more gritty, raw, violent, and that's what I really enjoyed about it. Didn't really hold back like a lot of the other superhero movies do, I guess, apart from Deadpool, which we'll see the second one come out this year. But yeah, this was great. It was a great sort of look into the Wolverine character again, which has always been one of my favorite X-Men characters. This is a lot better than a lot of those newer sort of X-Men films. I've always been a fan of the first couple that came out in the early 2000s. But yeah, this kind of had a bit of a Western element to it as well, which I always enjoy. And Patrick Stewart's great too. And just overall a really enjoyable and entertaining film, which I'll look forward to rewatching on Blu-ray when I get a chance. Great film. 14, Logan.
Awesome.
All right. All right, so my number 14. Jace might not be too happy because it's a little bit further down on my list, but and it's probably gonna be further up on his. But this one I did go see at the theater. I believe this is a movie that you need to see in the theater just because of what it is and the cinematography and everything. And I think that was probably my favorite thing of the movie, which is Blade Runner 2049.
Hey.
You know, Ryan Gosling, Harrison Ford, Jared Leto.
Yeah.
What's that chick's name in it? Anna something, whatever.
Anna de Armas.
Dude, that was her best role. Like,
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You got Robin Wright Penn in there as well.
Yep. So, what's his name? Lenny from The Walking Dead's in it. He makes a appearance.
There's I am the captain now.
No. I'm talking about when Ryan Gosling goes to that place where all the parts are and the kids are like living and stuff.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
he's a British actor.
Yeah.
But Bautista's in there as well at the start. David Bautista.
Yep. But basically Gosling goes looking for Deckard to kind of like find out what's going on with his past.
Sort of a detective movie in a way. Yeah. It's kind of like it's basically a science fiction detective movie.
Science fiction noir detective movie. Yeah. The visuals in it just like fucking superb.
Yeah. I mean, you spoil. I mean, it's going to be talked about a bit later, I'm sure. But the visual cinematography should really win awards. I think it's by far visually the best film. I know Horda wasn't a fan. He just watched it yesterday, but it's
it was
a good sequel.
I was like, where's the freaking action? It was more of a fucking sci-fi her, basically her love story, like a her. That's what it was.
Well, were you a fan of the first one, Horda, the original?
Not really.
Okay, yeah, so that's probably... I think if you're not a fan of the first one, you're probably not going to like the second. That's basically pretty clear on that, so no, that makes sense.
But I do, I mean, from what I saw, I didn't finish it all the way, but I mean, it took so long to get to Harrison Ford.
It is long. It's long and dry. I think they could have cut out a few scenes, maybe half an hour to 45 minutes, definitely. Like
it's like 160 something minutes.
But it has very similar to the Nicholas Winding Refn style. Very style in there.
Mm-hmm.
I have it number 43. So.
Okay. Oh, we're not doing top 50s here, but nice one. Adam, I think 13.
All right, number 13. Hoarder just brought it up, and that is Guardians Volume 2.
Yeah.
It's incredible that this movie could be just as par to the first one, even though I think that the first one is like the best MCU movie like ever, in my opinion. And just all the cast is there. Everybody. It had some heart there too, a little bit. But some great cameos. You had like Sylvester Stallone and the Hasselhoff at the end with the music and great stuff, and I can't wait to see him in Infinity War, and I think it's going to be pretty cool.
The chain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So. All right. My number 13 is a documentary.
Okay.
I love the movie, the documentary that was about the movie. But this is on Netflix exclusive. It's Jim and Andy, The Great Beyond.
Oh, yeah.
With Jim Carrey. So, man, you talk about a perfect role for that guy. I mean, other than if you didn't know Andy Kaufman or didn't know Jim Carrey, man, it's like, wow, they sound alike. If you just listen to, their voices, he does a very good impression. I mean, almost as believable that in the actual documentary, Jim Carrey is actually talking to his daughter. And his daughter believed that it was him. It was crazy.
Huh.
But man, it's just a little bit. You know how Jim Carrey is now, a little wacky.
Yeah, he has been recently.
Like he's acting like whatever, like
more like just sort of dramatic,
mystical and shit like that, out of body, whatever. But I think a lot of that has to do with that role, man. It messed him up. You believe that role so much that he lived it.
Yeah, seems so.
Yeah, boy.
Good one.
Yeah, boy.
Okay. I have to check that one out. Okay, number 13. Adam's already mentioned this. Netflix exclusive. The Mcenroe stories, new and selected. So basically, we've already talked much about it. But yeah, great acting from all. Probably, I'm not a huge Adam Sandler fan, and because he's done a lot of, sorry to say, shitty movies, but this would definitely be one of his better films, no doubt. As was Ben Stiller as well, because I haven't seen him too much recently, really. So it was good to see him in there with a great dramatic role from him as well, and Dustin Hoffman, of course, and as Adam's already mentioned, the rest of the cast. So yeah, not much more to say. Great family drama, and worth checking out. So that's 13, the Mcenroe stories.
All right, number 13 for me. Yes, it's another 2017 movie. I think I saw it on Netflix. So yeah, we're gonna try to keep up with the theme here and shit. So, but I know a couple people have mixed feelings on this. I know I was talking to Robbie, or we were talking to Robbie about it before. I don't think he thought it was all that. A lot of people put it higher on their list, but The Babysitter. Basically, it's kind of, it's a babysitter. It's the kid she's babysitting. Kind of has almost a Home Alone vibe to it, but way more horrific. It has some comedic stuff in it.
I love The Babysitter. I love it.
Would you have it?
It was me that has it lower. I had it lower. I've got.
Oh wow! It was you, Jace.
It was me, man. I have it lower, but I still. The only thing I like about it, man, is the hot blonde. She's an Australian actress.
Well, yeah.
Top 30 for me. So
yeah, it's in my top 50. I'll put it that way.
A lot of people. Bella Thorne, So.
Oh yeah, Bella.
What's the other chick? Samara. Whatever.
Samara Weaving, dude. She's a relative to Hugo Weaving. Yeah, she was on a lot of soapies in Australia, so she just makes movies now. She was in something else that I've seen recently too.
I think she was in your mic is wagging.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hang on. I'll sort it.
Mic check.
I think she was in 3 Billboards as well, dude. She was in there, small role. Yeah. So fun.
Yep. Fun movie. I enjoyed it.
Okay, got that sorted, so that's good.
All right. So number 12 for me is once again Netflix. I mean, what?
Adam, do you have a permit for those?
What?
Do you have a permit for those guns?
There he goes. That's he's wearing the sleeveless shirt.
Yeah.
Can you tell me where the gym is? Is it over there?
Oh, damn, boy.
Over there?
Damn, Adam's got. He's racing to the gym after this, man.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I already worked out this morning. So, okay. So number 12 is on Netflix. If you haven't seen any movies on Netflix, we're telling you they're popping out some great stuff. And that is Mudbound.
Hey, that's a good
by D. Rees. This is a post World War II. Just a great cast. I mean, I'm already a fan of Carey Mulligan as an actress, and so when I saw her on the bill, I was like, heck yeah, I'm watching this. And wow, just a great drama. Segregation and all that, and it's just like It's incredible, and the ending was like, wow, that's just goosebump feeling. You're just like, wow. So
that was a Trini recommendation for me, and I love the friendship between the two guys coming back from war. That was great.
What's the movie?
Really Mudbound.
Oh, okay,
it's a Netflix exclusive.
I watched it.
It's a good one.
Yeah, boy.
It's a good pick.
So John,
I'll be back.
12 is The Babysitter.
Oh shit!
So I don't know. I totally it was fun. I wasn't expecting. I thought since it was like a Netflix original, I thought it would be a little cheesy. But man, I mean, it was funny. Like, it wasn't like, just try to be funny. It was actually funny. A lot of the scenes, you get those. I thought the redhead was, I don't know, something about her. I mean, there was an attraction, but there was something I liked about her. Maybe it was getting shot in the titties.
Maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, it was just a movie you can't take seriously. It
was fun. Fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Sometimes you just need movies where it's like
easy
that.
watch too, because it's only like 80 minutes or whatever, so it's easy
Definitely.
watch. Yeah. Okay.
So
we're up to number
12. What was it? What was our? It was like Home Alone meets like The Strangers or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
That's a good like description of it, man.
And all that.
Some fun Netflix movies for sure. Mm-hmm. Okay, number 12. This has already been mentioned by Horda, so it is Logan Lucky.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, again, I was a pretty big fan of this. Kept seeing trailers and a lot of people talking about it, and I eventually did see it quite late in the game. And very good. I mean, Daniel Craig was great in it, as was Channing Tatum, even though I'm not a huge fan of him. Adam Driver, of course, was probably my favorite. Just, I like him as he's gotten into more roles recently. And, that director, Steven Soderbergh, I believe, who did the Oceans movies, which I was a big fan of those. This was, again, kind of similar, another crime heist film. So, great entertainment, some funny moments, and just, again, it's quite a fun film, as Horda was saying. So, not much more to add about that. Number 12.
Hey Drew's in the chat, Jace. Over Drew.
George. George is here.
Oh, that's George?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, George. What's up, man?
Yeah. He said The Greasy Strangler. Well, that was last year, dude.
Oh, yeah.
That was 2016.
Man. That would have made my top 20 last year.
Yeah, I tell you what, it would have. It might have. I probably didn't see as many films, but there he is, George.
Yeah.
You got The Room, and then you got Greasy Strangler right underneath it.
Hey, I'll take Greasy Strangler over The Room, dude. More entertainment value. Can't forget about that, that Game Boy soundtrack, man.
I think he was talking about Brie Larson, bro.
Room! The Room.
Nice. 12, John. Number 12.
All right, number 12. One I saw on Netflix. I didn't see it till last year. It did come out in 2016, but I hadn't heard nothing about it. Nothing that came out in the big theaters. Indie film, coming of age, called Some Freaks. Basically, you seen it, right, Adam?
Yeah. Yep, I saw it.
High school kids. One kid, it's the kid from Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. He's in it, and then a bunch of unknowns that I didn't even know who they were, but just a coming of age film. I liked it quite a bit because it was shot out here where I live, and stuff. And I noticed a lot of like different shooting locations in the city. I'm like, oh shit, that looks like behind my daughter's school and shit. So it was like, that type of thing. But yeah, coming of age, another, flew under the radar. Some Freaks. If you guys haven't seen it, go watch it.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah,
There you go.
Decent, pretty good stuff.
Yep.
Okay. Number
All right,
11.
so number 11 for me has already been mentioned, and that is a great, very good third movie. And that is War for the Planet of the Apes. I just, yeah, it was amazing, and everything that was mentioned. Andy Serkis, man, he needs an Oscar for his stuff that he does.
Yeah, he's
Incredible
been doing
stuff.
so many great things,
And,
right from Lord of the Rings right till now. Yep.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson. One thing I was surprised about was that Maurice is actually played by like a female, and I was like, "Wow, that's like what?"
Which one's Maurice?
Maurice
The big
was
fluffy
was
one.
it orangutan, the one that had
Oh,
the
okay.
bigger face?
Okay.
Yeah, his second in command. Yeah, and I was like, "Wow." So very interesting there, but yeah, some good stuff. So.
Wow. Well, it was a big fella, right? He was pretty big. Who played him? Reba Wilson? Oh!
No. Some woman named Karen Conover or something like that.
Okay.
John in the chat. Oh man. Where the hell is Leroy again? Jesus.
Well, he's sleeping.
Yeah,
Leroy.
he's on the Trekkie stream, dude. That's where he is right now. Yeah.
Oh, did Leroy see Strangler? I don't remember him saying it.
I think he did. I can't remember, but we'll find out later.
All right, my
number 11.
What number?
11. Number 11.
Okay, my number 11 has been mentioned. It didn't have a code, so I had to actually buy this. I think I bought it a couple weeks ago. Saw it twice already. Better the second time. Took me about 20 minutes to really get into it because I guess it's a build-up. But that was Jungle.
Hey, there you go. There's my pick. Yep.
And so, I'm not a big fan of Radcliffe's acting, other than, he plays Harry Potter, of course, but haven't really. Adam loved Swiss Army Men. I hated it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that either.
But in this one, the accent bugged me a little bit, but he did well. But it was just, those survival films that you're like, wow, this is believable. It was a true story, but
yeah, that's what I didn't realize until the end credits when it sort of tells you more information about what happens. Yeah.
Once they start getting lost, then
that's when it gets good. Yeah.
Yeah, it gets real good. So, very pleased. But, check it out. The
Australian director. So check it out. Yep.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna rank it lower. No, I'm kidding.
Wolf Creek direct.
It was right here. It's down here.
It was good. It's not anymore. No. Okay, number 11. Number 11. Terrence Malick directed, and some people love him, others hate him. And it is Song to Song with my boy Gosling and Michael Fassbender, another big fan of him, Natalie Portman and Rooney Mara. And, Terrence Malick's one of those guys. A lot of his films are more cinematography and more sort of pictures rather than a lot of dialogue and story. But this one was really well made. It was a lot about love and relationships and obsession with reaching your goal, because I think it was Gosling and Natalie Portman wanted to become musicians, and then this was set in Texas, so they were trying to get into that scene. And it had some really great cinematography, as you would expect from Terrence Malick. And Fassbender was good as always. And it's just quite an interesting film. But it's either one of those ones where you either love it or hate it. And that's like a lot of his films, like very similar to the film Knight of Cups. So I don't know if you've seen that, but his style is very different to most directors. It's not really your beginning, middle, and end. It's not that easy to follow sometimes. You really have to sort of listen in and even just look at what's being shown on the screen to understand what's going on. But I enjoyed it a fair bit, and it's got a great soundtrack as well, actually. So, yeah,
Who
good
directed
film.
it? Who directed?
Terrence Malick.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Song to song. So, yeah, I thought it was good. Number 11.
All right. Number 11 for me was one I watched pretty late last year. It's with Noomi Rapace. She played the girl in the dragon tattoo.
Yep.
But this movie's called What Happened to Monday.
Hell yeah.
It was basically about seven identical siblings, all girls, and they, basically it's a future, and the future they trying to not have the world so overpopulated, and what they do is they well, I'm not going to give anything away if you guys haven't seen it, but Glenn Close, she's in it.
Wow.
What's his name? Who plays the grandfather? William Dafoe. He plays the grandfather, and he basically hides. If you have a sibling, you're not supposed to have more than one child per family. If you have a sibling, they take them, and they're telling the family they put them cryogenically frozen. So William Dafoe is the grandfather. He hides the 7 siblings for years until they're like probably in their mid-20s or whatever.
Well, they're named after each day of the week, and then they only go out on the day that their name is.
Yep, they can only go out in the community. Yep, it's pretty cool. It's like, typical role for her, I guess, as far as because she does a lot of action stuff. So, but she just plays the 7 characters really fucking well, man. I enjoyed it a lot. So that's my number 11.
Nice.
Yep.
Top 10.
Top 10, baby.
Okay, my number 10 is has already been mentioned. This is this director's most adult movie, I think, and that is The Shape of Water.
Yeah, boy.
When I saw it in theaters, I saw it with maybe 5 or 6 other people, and when there was the sequence that it was already talked about with the bathtub, I was like, really? I'm like, really? I'm like, okay. And just incredible performances. Sally Hawkins, Richard Jenkins, Michael Shannon, Octavia Spencer, Michael Stolberg, and Doug Jones, as always. Doug Jones, besides Bye Bye Man, Doug Jones is awesome. So, I think Del Toro, I could see him getting the Oscar, and just an incredible movie. So, yep.
Yeah, boy. All right, drum roll. My number 10. You guys probably have it higher, those who've seen it, but my number 10 is 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. You know who hyped this up? CP. Yeah, he was the one to first post it and mention it. So he kept talking about it. So I decided to watch it, and man, Frances McDormand, what a performance!
Yeah, she's a lock-in.
Yeah, I would say so. The Woody Harrelson, not going to spoil it. But,
Sam Rockwell as well. Great.
Yeah, Sam Rockwell. Samara Weaving, as you said, was in there. I didn't like her character. It was
she was kind of the dumb sort of girlfriend, young girlfriend. Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah,
but
dark
Peter
humor
Dinklage,
as well.
Man. Peter Dinklage.
Oh yeah, the Game of Thrones dude.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones. But overall, it's it's a little bit of a dark comedy.
Definitely has the Coen brother vibe, as I was sort of telling
more
you
of
before.
a drama. It has some serious tones throughout the film, very dark, deep. But quirky. It's solid. Like, it made my top 10.
It's my favorite.
Why is it
getting
not
nominated?
I guess why isn't it higher is
there's just other 9 better films.
Yeah, exactly. There's other films that really rewatchable.
Yeah, hit a chord with you. Yep. That's right. And we'll get to that very soon.
Yep.
Nice pick. Number 10 for me is A Ghost Story. And this was very, very interesting and weird experience of this film. It's starring Casey Affleck and Rooney Mara. And again, you could basically say this film is a silent movie. There really isn't a lot of dialogue going on. There's only a few scenes where there is dialogue. It's a lot of just, again, different shots, kind of like has a Terrence Malick feel to it. A lot of nice cinematography and a really great soundtrack. It's really just about sort of life and how time moves on when people die and you just got to move on with things and things like that. And it's quite a little bit of a tearjerker. Even I had a bit of an experience with this one. It's just quite unusual and different and not something you'll see like every day. So I think it's really underrated and that's why it's in my top 10. So A Ghost Story.
Yeah, that pie sequence in that movie. Wow.
Oh, the pie sequence when Rooney Mara just sitting there eating that pie, man. Just couldn't stop eating. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. I was like, damn, that's making me sick. Yeah, no, it had and the sound, as I said, the soundtrack is what really got it for me. I love the soundtrack. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
All right. My number 10, we already mentioned it twice, I believe, and that is Jungle with Daniel Radcliffe.
Hey, there you go, John. Yeah.
Yep.
Obviously, I gotta watch this movie.
Yes, you do, man. Damn, you've seen 150 movies and you haven't seen Jungle? Shit.
No, I haven't.
$10 ship.
Jace incorrectly.
I'll find it at Walmart or something.
Jace incorrectly pegged the accent as Russian, but actually he played an Israeli in it, not a Russian.
That's
but
right. Oh yeah. Damn, son.
Well, come on.
No, you got to give me correct facts. No, you do it.
No, I liked it a lot, man. I just I like those movies where they get lost and they gotta survive, and like those type of movies, like speak to me a little bit because I was in the military and I've had to deal with fucking braving the elements and all that type of shit. So yeah, that's but like that that shit that happens with them, man. It's you want him to survive basically, like, and he goes through some shit, man. He really does. So for days you just can't believe like how long he went and survived on his own.
I mean, as tragic as it was, I wanted it more. I wanted more shit to happen. I don't know. I like that. I like I like other people's pain.
Exactly. I was like, this is. I was wondering what else is going to happen. Then he had sort of started imagining things, and it's crazy.
Oh yeah, that was pretty fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
Is there kind of like a Castaway type feel to it, or?
I guess I think so.
Yeah, it's
I mean, for the last portion, I mean, there's a group of people, and then.
It's a group of people. They all from different places. There's an American dude. I think there's a Swedish dude, and they all like meet up, and then they decide to go on this adventure with this certain guy who tells them there's some sort of, I think it's treasure or something. There's a reason I just can't remember exactly. There's some kind of gold in the jungle somewhere, and they get led by this guide, and certain things happen along the way, and then they, kind of get separated, and the rest is you have to watch to see.
So it's worth a blind buy at least?
Oh, I'd say so, dude. Well, all of us have got in our top 20, so you got 3 people here top 20, so you can't go wrong, dude. Yeah.
All right. Have to give
it kind of made me think that Swedish people are a little bit pussy, man. Like, I don't know, just because that one dude,
Yeah. Well, like, as I said, man. He gets a bit of a problem. I don't want to say anything.
Remember?
Adam. Yep. Yeah. And just the whole thing that shocked me was the end credits scene about like the certain characters. I was like, oh wow, I didn't think that at all. So no, it's great. Great movie.
No, yeah.
Yep. Go watch it, Adam.
Okay.
Guess we're up to 9.
So my number 9 is based off of a true story. Obviously, I like this movie because I'm a Boston Red Sox fan, but Stronger, directed by David Gordon Green, with Jake Gyllenhaal, and just an incredible cast. It's all about the Boston Marathon bombing, about the guy who literally got amputated on both legs, above the knee and down, and just another knockout, incredible performance by Gyllenhaal, and just some great cinematography. And what really surprised me most is that Miranda Richardson is a United Kingdom actress, a British actress.
British actress.
But whatever. Best known from Harry Potter, but she had a Boston kind of like accent, and she pulled it off really well. Well, I'm like, you would not picture her, the character that she played like. And
I disagree. She's well known to me from The Crying Game.
Oh, okay.
The Crying Game. Who can forget that?
But yeah, Stronger. I think Stronger is just as good as Patriots Day. So.
Yeah, I thought I enjoyed it for what it was. It was, Jake Gyllenhaal was very, very good, and it just showed like his struggles afterwards, after the accident and all the bombing. Not even an accident, but it was great. It was good
and all that.
All right, number 9 was mentioned by Adam, and that is Good Time.
Good Time.
Woo!
I know, Jace hooked me up with the code, but he's been praising it for a while, Christmas. And I was like, damn, I need to see it. And so for Christmas he gave me he was nice enough to give me the code, man, like you said, you don't think Robin Pattinson has that in him, or he never did with the Twilight movies. A lot of people wrote him off.
Not much range for him in there.
Yeah, he's always going to be Edward. Man, he pulls it up here. The director was the brother. The
Saidi brothers,
Yeah, and he definitely reminded me a little bit of Blu-ray Evan. So a little slow, a little chunky. But
hey guys, you take off my mask.
Yeah,
check out my football cards. Yeah,
but it was way different than I thought it would be, in a good way. It was I didn't realize he was gonna have to go through all that stuff. With the
whole
girl
shit in the hospital, dude.
Yeah, with the captain now. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was in the amusement park.
Yeah. John, if you haven't seen it, dude, it's worth it.
Not yet.
Yeah, the ending I didn't know, because you guys know the ending is very, I'm very particular about endings, and I didn't know where it was going to go. But then as soon as they got the end credits song in there, I was just like, oh my goodness. I was just like, so emotional. And it's
I guess it's not really spoiling it, but that end shot, Rob Pattinson, not going to say any context to it, but just that end shot with him and the music, it was great. I thought that.
And then everything really that his brother was doing, it was just
the very end. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, the credits scene. Yep.
Good stuff.
Definitely worth for John to check out. Definitely. Okay. So
did that get any nominations?
Nothing, man.
Wow.
Not one thing.
Wow.
I think the problem was it came out maybe a bit early in the game. Like, maybe that's what it was. But I thought it should have got a few awards.
Yeah.
Rob Pattinson. I mean, you look at the nominees of the films and the acting especially, and I think he could squeeze in there. And I think the film could squeeze in there too. I think it's better than a lot of the ones that got nominated. But that's not. We're not on the Academy, so unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, number 9. I think all of us have seen this one. Well, I know Horder and John have, and that is The Killing of the Sacred Deer.
I've seen that.
Same director as The Lobster, and yeah, this was. I'm a big fan of psychological thrillers, and this was basically that. Very sort of horror elements in there as well. And Colin Farrell, not usually big on him, but he was good in this. And Nicole Kidman is always good seeing her. And yeah, I just really liked the story. It was a little creepy and kept you on edge the whole time. You just didn't really know what was going to happen. It had that sort of uncomfortable vibe the whole sort of film, and I think he does that with A Lobster as well. And yeah, I just thought it was great film. Didn't think it would go the way it did. That sort of ending, which all you guys know what I'm talking about, when he gets blindfolded, that was crazy. And yeah, great stuff. So number 9 for me, The Killing of the Sacred Deer.
Yep, boy.
All right.
Yep.
All right, man. Number 9 for me. Everybody's probably seen it already. Blah blah blah. And that is Kong Skull Island.
Hey, there you go.
Oh, fun. Yeah.
Got the steelbook too.
Like that it was set in the 1970s. You know, I liked everything. You know, basically everything about it. I like the soundtrack. A lot of people compare it to like you know, Apocalypse Now vibe because of some of the shots. You know, some of the cinematic shots that they had and stuff, and you kind of see where that with the helicopters and Kong, the backdrop of the sun and all that shit like that. But you know, fun movie. I know some people feel like King Kong stuff is overdone. You know, Godzilla stuff might be overdone, but I think they're bringing all that, you know, gigantic monster stuff back. So
it's coming back.
And Kong was actually the, you know, the good guy in this film. You know, like it was the military that was the bad military.
Jackson, dude, he was great in it too.
Yeah,
yeah, he was really good. I liked him. Samuel Jackson's probably my favorite character in there. He's great.
Kong was just fucking shit up in this movie, man. Like really, like.
You got Brie Larson in there as well. Yeah, it's
see, that's a plus for you, Jay. So
it is a plus for me, man. Always is when you get a blonde in there. Yeah, I thought it was really fun. I remember seeing this with my friend in the cinema, and I had a great time. It was fun movie. It's a good pick.
Yep.
Yeah, boy.
Okay, 8. Number 8. Speeding along.
Number 8 for me is a movie that is the one movie that I had still left to see before I actually, you know, released my top 20, and that is Phantom Thread by Paul Thomas Anderson. This is possibly the last time we're going to be seeing Daniel Day-Lewis, and he's got a really good chance to win the Oscar. Yeah, just a great little movie about a dressmaker who's got an assistant that he also gets a love interest with, and it's just like, yeah, it's just how he needs to level out like his business and his passion and you know, romance and, you know, what he needs to do. So, but
sort of obsessive guy from the trailer, because that's the only nominated film that I've yet to watch. I've seen all the rest, so I've just come out here in cinema, so I'll probably check it out. But yeah, Daniel Day-Lewis is amazing in anything, dude. So yeah, Paul Thomas Anderson directed.
And is it my favorite PTA movie? No, that'll probably still be There Will Be Blood, but
yeah,
it was good stuff. I definitely recommend it. So.
Interesting. Yeah.
All right. So your number 8?
8. Yep.
Phantom Menace. Cool. No kidding. Never even heard of that movie, but it's all good.
Yeah, it's just recently getting attention because it's been nominated for quite a few awards.
All right. Well, my number 8 has been mentioned by Jace. That is It.
It.
Okay.
Yeah.
2017. I mean, what hasn't been said about this movie? Great child actors. Again, we're still waiting who's going to be the adults, but I think Skarsgård nailed it literally, and it was creepy, man. They did a good job. It wasn't all jump scares either. It was pretty creepy, man. Like very dark, like in the sewers. It was, you know.
I liked how you got to know each character quite well. Like they had little moments for each character, which was good. I like that when they do that in films.
You know, the comedic elements, the love interests. I mean, I know the book was a lot more vulgar and stuff.
But now, could you guys see the adult versions be played? There is a theory that adult versions be played by the kids from the '90s one.
Oh no!
Besides Jonathan Brandis,
Tim died. No way, Tim Reed. Hell no.
No,
that girl, as Horta said, man, Amy Adams, she exactly looks like
John Ritter. No way.
No, he's talking about the kids.
The kids. They'd be in their 40s now.
Oh, the kids.
Like Seth Green, you know.
Yeah.
No way.
You don't think so? All right.
No way. That would no way. It would take it away. It would take away like a lot of people like it because it's different. And that was some of the reasons why they didn't like the first one. But all these actors are has-beens too. It's like, no, you're gonna put out a blockbuster. You want solid,
well-known
big
actors.
Yeah, you got a point there.
But the only reason why Amy Adams, I mean, that looks like Amy Adams.
Yeah, she looks just like her.
Yeah, exactly like her. So.
I mean, it wouldn't be surprising if she turns it down, but I mean, to me,
she doesn't do those sort of.
Yeah, she don't do horror stuff that well. I don't know. She's more of a serious actress. But I like the hype. This is a movie that got so hyped when it was announced, and it lived up to it. So that's my number 8.
Okay. Nice. So number 8 for me, I think we've talked about this one a lot off there as well, and that is Get Out. And again, it's getting some nice Oscar nominations, which is kind of a surprise, but it's a good surprise because I really think this film deserves some recognition because it is.
I mean, from now till the apparent future, I think there'll always be an urban film in the top the Oscar nominations.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of has like a bit of a cult following now. Like everyone knows about it. I mean, now with the Oscar nominations, people will probably check it out further. And obviously, the main guy in it's got nominated as well. And yeah, I mean, again, horror is not one of my big sort of genres that I watch a lot, but this was just really great. I got into it straight away with the two characters in the car, and from there, when they visit her parents and everything from that was just great, really unexpected and very original to what you see most times in horror films. So I thought it was really enjoyable and great, and look forward to rewatching it on Blu-ray. It's in my collection already. So
I'll add more to it later.
Yeah, you add more to it because I know it's going to be there. So number 8, Get Out for me.
Okay, bye.
See ya. Get Out.
Peace.
Bye,
Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
This is a Blu-ray.
All right. Number 8 for me. I think this is my first superhero movie on the list. Marvel, of course, already been mentioned, and that's Logan from last year. I enjoyed it a lot. Sad, happy.
What number are we on? Oh shit, I skipped one.
Number 8, we're on.
Oh, I'm all out of whack, bro.
Okay.
No.
Yeah,
no.
I skipped my number 10.
Oh shit.
So
all right, how we gonna make this up now?
Well, I'm just gonna say it. I guess on my number. What number? Number 7, I guess.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, not much more to say about the movie. Everybody's seen it. Great film. You know, you get the black and white cut as well. Gives it a different kind of, vibe. But yeah, Logan, number 8. That's it. Yeah, boy, what?
Okay. So
boy, what?
All right, so number 7 for me, I saw twice in theaters, and that is Wind River, directed and written by Taylor Sheridan, who also did Hell or High Water and Sicario for the writing. Just incredible stuff. Cinematography, setting. It's just Jeremy Renner and Elizabeth Olsen, Hawkeye, Scarlet Witch. Just incredible story, and once again, the ending is just like, whew. So.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Great stuff.
I think that will probably definitely be brought up a bit soon, very soon for most of us. I think.
Yep. Wait. All right.
Good pick. Horder, what do you have to do now? What are you on?
This was my number 10 pick, but I'm just saying it here. Number 7 was it, by the way. Number 8 was Good Time. So sorry, we weren't matched up, folks. Number 9 was Epping, Missouri.
Yeah.
And then number 10 was this, and that is Colossal. Has anyone seen Colossal?
Yeah, I have.
Nope.
Very original. Like it's. I mean, it's a bit silly, but it was like, to me, it was just like, oh, this is pretty original. And Anne Hathaway was good in it. Who's the lead actor?
I think it's Andy Serkis.
No.
Another Andy. It's Andy Serkis. What the hell?
It's a dude on Saturday Night Live. But he did good. He did really good too.
Cool.
I mean, it's basically a kaiju movie, but it's weird. You have to see it. I can't really explain it. It's a monster movie.
Yeah, I've seen the
preview?
trailer and I keep seeing it, but
yeah. And so I know CP really liked it too.
Oh, CP liked it. Okay.
Yeah, it's in, I think, his top 10.
I see.
But yeah, Colossal.
Okay, so that's your 10. Okay, we've figured that out. Okay, so number 7 for me was highly recommended to me by my friend over there, John Still.
Yeah, boy.
That is Gook.
What do you call me?
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to get over that. That's hate speech, man. Yeah, that's, what can I say? John recommended it to me and a few of us on the streams over and over. We kept talking about it, and then, I finally watched it, and I was blown away. Like, it's just a great sort of urban street drama and just very realistic performances. And, I just thought it was great with the Korean and the sort of African-American sort of blend, and just really realistic writing and characters and everything. Like, I just thought it was great. So not that long either. It's only 90 minutes, but it goes by really quickly, and there's it's just a great drama, a great story. And
end it right there, because I think me and John have a lot to say about it.
Yeah, you guys can talk more about it soon. So that's number 7, Gook.
What did you say? Okay.
That's hate speech.
Yeah.
John.
All right. Next up, I don't know if any of you guys mentioned this here. I don't think so, because it's probably high up on your list. But next up, my number 7 is Baby Driver. I didn't think I was gonna enjoy it as much as I did. I don't know. I just thought, I heard a lot of people talking about it, like, oh, it's, but I actually enjoyed it quite a bit, man. The kid in it, like, I think he did a real good job. You got Jamie Foxx, fucking that hot chick that's like, in it and shit, like not Baby Driver's girl, but the other chick that's it. You know who I'm talking about. And Soul Sister? Nah. But anyway.
Hey, Soul Sister.
But yeah, man, really, really fun, enjoyable movie. Cool that he listens to his iPod, different soundtracks to fucking basically his life. Pretty.
The iPod
I don't want to say it's an original concept. It's original as far as like him listening to the music and driving, but being a getaway driver it's not an original concept, but just that he's so young and he's so skilled at it, and basically his hearing and what he has to do to kind of get into his job is really done well. So
yep,
that's it.
It was a fun movie.
Fun movie.
All right, number 6 from me is Molly's Game, written and directed by Aaron Sorkin. Jessica Chastain, woof. Woo, she's beautiful in this movie. Holy cow! We got great cast: Idris Elba once again, Kevin Costner, Michael Cera. I'm not a big fan of Michael Cera, but oof, he's
good scene.
He's good. He's good.
Yeah, it's great. She should have been nominated, dude. That was crime.
Yeah. Just an incredible movie about underground poker game and all that
underground
fun stuff.
Poker. Yep.
I agree.
Yeah.
Love your poker. You'll definitely enjoy it. Based on a true story, isn't it? As well, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It's a good one. Okay.
Hello.
6.
What you got? Order?
Yeah. I think so.
Number 6 to me. IMDb, it came out in 2016, but it came out in like February or March of 17 for the U.S. And that is, it's a French film called Raw.
Oh, wow.
So, it's on Netflix. It's about 2 sisters.
Raw.
Yeah, boy.
Here's the Blu-ray release in America.
They were talking about it in the other stream. That's right.
Yeah, I think it's only on DVD in America.
Yeah, it's Blu-ray in UK. That's down the UK.
Yeah. Wow. It was. I mean, for a long time, it was like my number one. But I just was like, wow, this is kind of original in a sense. There's some scenes there that's like, pretty gruesome. But original. Just the actors. You don't get that a lot where you're invested in it on a foreign film because you're reading subtitles. But I mean, honestly, if I didn't even have subtitles, I would have enjoyed it. But nothing spectacular, but it was a pleasant surprise. Raw, not Eddie Murphy Raw, just Raw.
Okay, so number 6, it's already been mentioned by Horder, and that is Brawl on Cell Block 99. I mean, we'll just continue talking about that. Same director as Bone Tomahawk, which I loved, and this was definitely Vince Vaughn's best movie. I mean, lately he's been getting into more dramatic roles with Hacksaw Ridge as well, and just like the concept, what he had to go through in prison, what actually he has to do, to sort of protect his family and all that. It's pretty crazy, and it's not as probably as shocking as the Bone Tomahawk towards the end, but it's pretty tense. It's a good prison drama, and I do like my sort of prison films, so thought it was great. Don Johnson is sort of the warden of the really fucked up prison. That was a great sort of performance. And I thought overall it was a really good movie for me. So that's why it's number 6, Brawl in Cell Block 99.
Nice.
Yep.
All right. Number 6 for me, already been mentioned. And that is Get Out.
Hey.
Get Out. Yeah. Surprising film. It was probably on a lot of people's lists. The director for his first movie is very impressive. Very, very impressive.
It really was.
I mean, you wouldn't expect that from somebody who pretty much is in comedy most of the time, to do a serious take on a film and everything. But yeah, really, really surprising film, and really, makes you think too, type of thing. So I won't get into all that, but Get Out is my number 6.
Your boy.
Get Out.
All right.
Top 5.
Number 5 is a documentary I found on Amazon Prime. It is, I Am Not Your Negro.
What did you say?
This is an incredible documentary about James Baldwin, who I think was an activist in the 60s or so. And it's just like fully narrated by Samuel L. Jackson, and just incredible stuff about segregation at the time. We had Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, how their lives and deaths were looked upon by this guy, and he. One of the coolest scenes is that during JFK's inauguration in 63, I think, 63, 62, this guy said that he predicted that an African-American would be president in 40 years. Well, he was off by like 5 years. But still, I mean, him just predicting this was like pretty incredible. And it's just a really great documentary. I've only found it on DVD at like Target, but I'm like I'd rather want the Blu-ray. But yeah, just good stuff. Amazon Prime if you haven't checked it out. So
what's the title again?
I Am Not Your Negro. Right here. See, right there.
How did you find that? Did you hear about it, or you just like stumbled across it?
I just stumbled across it. I think I watched the trailer before, and I was like, "That's a really good trailer." And yeah, so.
And your brother was like, "Is this Fear of a Black Hat Part 2?" And shit.
Sean, yeah.
No, you want to see my guns? Look at my guns. This is all my shit.
My number 5. Adam,
top 5.
You stole my thunder. What? I just saw this last week. As you know, I play a lot of poker. Molly's Game just gets me. Yeah, dude, like you don't understand. After seeing that movie, I just wanted to go to the casino. But it's like that, man. People really, if you're playing. I wasn't playing like that much, but you get people that are like freaking their life, like they can't stop regardless of how much money. They're just addicted to the rush. But you see a lot of those so-called bad beats where you think you have nothing to beat your hand, but you got a straight flush. They got a higher straight flush. Just something crazy like that,
Yeah, that's what can get you.
There's a sequence in there where a guy sits there for like 24 hours, and you're just like crazy. You're like, this is insane. What's happening right now? And it's just like, it's incredible.
I mean, believe it or not, 3 years ago I played 36 hours straight.
Fuck, man.
I know, man. It's tough. It's tough. When the action is good, you don't want to leave.
Yeah, it can get very addictive. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Do they give you a fucking bucket to like piss in and shit? Like,
oh no, you can get up. You get up and leave. I mean, at the time,
I take breaks.
Yeah, at the time I was smoking too, so I would always constantly get up.
Damn.
But dude, you can order anything off the menu. It was awesome, man. I had like 4 meals during that period. It was like steak, whatever you want, man. It was good stuff.
What's up, Brian? Brian's in the chat.
Hey. Oh, he woke up.
What's up, Brian?
Brian.
What's up, Brian?
It's like the old days again.
Yeah, he's just in time for the. I guess he made the top 5. So.
All right.
Okay.
Good job. Good job.
It's like I watched 2 movies this year, and Death Sentence was one of them.
Oh shit!
Insomnia and can't sleep. Yeah.
Jace, number
5. Number 5. This has already been mentioned as well, and it's been heavily nominated for the Oscars. And there's 3 billboards outside Epping, Missouri. It's definitely my favorite of the Oscar nominations, and I do want it to win. And I certainly believe that Frances McDormand will win for her, and I think Sam Rockwell as well. Like both of them are crazy good in this, and. Yeah, as Horta was saying before, there's a lot of like dark humor in this. It's quirky. It has the sort of Ethan and Joe Cohen brother sort of elements to it as well, and just really good and interesting. I don't know how it will live up for me over time, whether this will stand, in a couple of years. But right now, I just really want to watch it again when it comes out on the Blu-ray, and it was really good. So that's my number 5. 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Nice.
Huh. All right. Number 5 for me. It's already been mentioned. Kind of just like I'd heard only a little bit about it, but it was like a dark horse that came out of nowhere, I guess. Brawl in Cell Block 99. There was some people. I saw it pretty early on. There was some people talking it up, and then I was like, let me go see what this is about. Because, like you guys said, Vince Vaughn, he usually plays comedic roles. He plays an asshole, but he's always in usually comedy-type movies, This was a surprise. And I didn't realize how fucking tall this dude was until, I saw him in this movie, next to some other big fucking guys, basically. But I thought the funny shit was how he, when he's fucking up that car in the beginning, he's pulling it apart and shit. My wife thought that was funny because she goes, that's like you. And then you come in all calm. He comes in all calm and he sits down. He's like telling his wife, all right, this is what's going to happen. After fucking the car up and shit, man. My wife is like, that's you and shit. So, yeah, it's some pretty fucking, there's some pretty fucking gory scenes in it, but I mean, it's just, some people, like Horner said, I felt like I wanted more too out of it, like a little bit more. It felt in some ways almost like a video game, because like he had to get to the next level and get through the next enemy type of thing. Did you guys get a vibe, something like that? You know how? Yeah,
it kind of, it was quite rushed. Like, I thought he was going to spend a lot more time in, I guess the first prison and all.
Yeah.
But then there's a reason why he's doing what he does. And, it's crazy.
Yeah. Yep. So, Brawl in Cell Block 99 is my number 5.
That's a good one. Okay. Top 4. Number 4.
All right. Number 4 has already been mentioned. Brawl in Cell Block 99.
Hey, Dan. So you got 4, John 5, and I'm 6.
Yeah. This is just. It was incredible. I mean, it was like, last year we got Hacksaw Ridge. We got Vince Vaughn in that, and we were like, But this one was like. Damn, you're just like incredible stuff, and also the little things like when he was in prison, and you're just like he's all like, hey, you know, like I'm cold over here, or the mattress sucks, and you're just like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Anybody would be like that. They'd be like, you know, hey, here's your food, and they're like, dude, it's got shit on it or whatever. You know, it's like, you know, I don't know how much more details to talk about. And then there's that one, there's one kill in there that's just like, ooh.
Yeah.
and it has to do with the shoe and a little bit of scraping.
Yeah,
but it's just like, ooh. So yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Looks like that's a popular choice for all of us. We all got it in there. Yeah.
Yep.
You know what? My number 4, I'm shocked that no one has mentioned it. It's kind of one of those movies was like, I don't think I'm gonna enjoy it. But when I saw it, I was literally like, I loved it. In a way, it was a little bit sad, romantic, funny, but I mean, it's just real life, and that is The Big Sick.
Hey,
oh yes,
yeah.
Yes. So
yes,
it was
that just missed my top 20.
it was
yeah,
surprising, like I said,
30.
But I don't like those type of movies, but I like this one.
Yeah.
Maybe because it was like the underdog, kind of like, you know, what was it, Pakistani or whatever?
Yeah, Pakistan. Yeah.
But you know, you got to learn his culture. You don't see some blonde chick, you know, instantly, you know, fall for this dude. But you know, I'm not gonna.
Hello?
Oh no!
Hello? Order?
Can you hear? Uh-oh.
Oh man.
Oh no!
Order?
You know what's gonna happen now? It will go off air if he doesn't come back.
Right.
Yeah.
Blue?
So what we might have to do, if we'll just wait till he gets back, and then he might have to reset it.
And it still says live.
Hello?
Yeah, we are live now, but what might happen very soon if he doesn't get back?
Order?
No,
Hello?
he's not. Yeah, you're back.
He's back.
I hear him.
Okay, so where did I leave off?
You were just talking about Big Sick and about the girl, and you know.
Well, like it's like an underdog
story. Yeah.
Yeah, where you know, you get a guy from a different culture, and you know, you get the beautiful blonde girl that instantly falls in love, and you know, love and hate relationship. But I mean, the title speaks for itself. You know, something happens, but I mean, the ending, you know, it's solid. Yeah. Pulls on your heartstrings a little bit, you know.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters, really enjoyed it, and then I watched it on Amazon Prime a couple weeks ago, and it was the same thing. It was the same. I'm like, this movie did not get old at all. I mean, it was like, like it hit like Raymond. What's his last name? Ray Romano and Holly Hunter.
Oh,
dude, they're just like incredible. And there's a sequence in there where they're at the club, they're at the comedy club, and Holly Hunter goes off on that dude, and you're just like, yay! Yeah, you're like, that's so cool. So
like Holly Hunter, honestly, she could have been awarded a nomination. She did good.
Yeah, true. That was good.
Supporting actress role. What 4K said, I got the big stick. And yes, and it's a true story about the actor.
Yeah,
I guess that was his
story.
Yeah. But it was his life story, and at the end, you see pictures of the real girlfriend or the real wife or whatever. But it
actually totally happened. So
yeah, that's one that I don't even know. Oh no, I red boxed it, so I still need the code. I'm looking for that. Send it. All right. Okay. Number 4.
Okay, number 4 for me. This has already been mentioned by Adam, and this is a sequel to the first one, and it is John Wick 2, Chapter 2. I've already mentioned pretty much all I've said about it already, but I love the stylized violence. I love the hitman sort of character. I'm not huge into Keanu Reeves, but I think he really fits this character really well. And as Adam was saying before, it's building up to be a very solid trilogy. And just the soundtrack as well is really good. And just, it's just fun and entertaining. It's one of those sort of movies you don't have to go in there thinking a lot. You can just go in there, have fun, and just chill out. It's one of those type of films, and really serious now, because the first one is very much like that as well. And again, there's just some quirky things in there with the different characters and the whole organization, and what's the guy's name? Ian McShane in there as well, and his sort of character. I just find it fun, and it's one of my favorite action sort of series of the last probably 10, 15 years. There hasn't been too many that I've really enjoyed. So, yeah, John Wick Chapter 2 is really good for me. That's number 4.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah, I still haven't seen that one yet. I gotta check it out. Yeah. Number 4 for me is actually a movie that came out in 2016. But I watched it because Leroy and fucking Robbie kept like quoting a quote from it, and I'm like, what the fuck is this thing they keep talking about, And it was like they kept saying Gadoo, Gadoo.
Oh, yes.
And I'm like,
oh, shit.
And I'm like, I gotta watch this movie. And I watched it, and it's Lion that came out in 2016, but I didn't get to see it until last year. And dude, that is a fucking powerful movie, man. It just,
that's a tearjerker.
Yeah, it's fucking, it's so good, man. It's so good.
But Saru, his performance as a kid was amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was fucking. This is so fun. It was, there was some kind of funny parts to it and shit, but just like to see, like a different part of the world and the poverty, like that's fucking third world poverty. People think they're, I'm not gonna get into some whole big spiel, but people think they're poor over here on welfare and shit like that and food stamps and shit. But that you experience third world poverty, you know what the fuck poverty is, man. And that just, it just very, very powerful movie, man. And I'm glad I watched it. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Number 4.
Okay. Number 3 has already been mentioned. I saw this the night before Thanksgiving. My brother was like, dude, we got to go see this movie. So I'm like, all right, we'll go see this movie. 3 Billboards Outside Epping, Missouri.
Yay. There you go.
It was incredible. And it deserves whatever Oscars are going for. It deserves all of it. So, just Frances Best, we've seen her since like Fargo. Like, seriously? I mean, it's like, wow. Sam Rockwell. That guy is an actor.
That's what I picture your town, Adam.
And it's incredible. And my brother even said that, and my brother loved it too. We were sitting there in the theaters, and he was surprised that I was laughing at some of the stuff in there. And he looks over at me, and he's like, I can't believe that you were laughing at scenes like this. And I'm just like, it works. So, and I'll be purchasing the 4K, when it comes out. So for sure. So,
nice.
Yeah, nice. I loved it.
All right, my number 3. It was mentioned by a couple of you guys already. This was number 1. I said that about a lot of movies, but I remember this being number one for a long time as well. Movie was, oh man, it was like a lot of people said, oh, it's predictable. No way, man. It got me till the very end, and then the when it was funny, there was comedic parts in there, but when the big dude, he is fucking hilarious, and that is Get Out.
Oh man,
when he's on the phone.
Oh yeah,
and he's like, thing, "Oh, I knew that bitch." It was so funny.
Yeah, I knew that bitch.
Yeah.
In the end.
Yeah, at the end where he's like, but it took me by surprise. I was like, oh, shit, they're all in on it. Spoiler alert. But it's like, you know, a lot of people said, oh man, it was kind of like Stepford Wives or whatever the case may be.
It was original in my eyes anyway. I thought it was
great. Man. I think Key's was it Key out of Key and Peele, or was it Peele?
Jordan Peele, right?
Jordan Peele.
Oh, so yeah, Peele. He's gonna be the next big thing, because even Keanu was as funny as it was. I mean, that was a pleasant surprise too. Mm-hmm. The one about the cat, that was fucking hella funny. But you know,
their show on Comedy Central was hilarious. So
I never did catch that, really? But I you know, I've seen snippets about him pronouncing like names and stuff. But it was a good film, man. It was. I'm rooting for it. I'm sorry. I mean, it's higher on my list, but I'm rooting for it to get.
Yeah, that and 3 Billboards. I'd be very happy.
I don't think he deserves Best Actor. I mean, he did a good job, but
probably not. But yeah, the nomination for.
But yeah, either that. I'll be happy with 3 Billboards, but those two.
Those two are the ones I want to see win.
I can see you getting original script.
Yeah, original screenplay. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Number 3, it's already been mentioned, I think, by 2 of you guys, and that is Good Time. Nice. What can I say? I just love these sort of crime films, and you know, it did go to places where I didn't think it would, as we've already mentioned. Definitely was shocked with sort of the middle half, and once he got to like the hospital and all that sort of thing, trying to get his brother, and it was just Robert Pattinson, man. Like, really good, and hopefully he does more of these type of roles, because he's quite talented when he actually has a range and he actually gets to do something that's not being a vampire. So it's great. The soundtrack, of course, that sort of tech noir soundtrack, which I always enjoy. I mean, Drive, all those films I enjoy that soundtrack. So it's a very realistic performance, and as I said, I think the Sadie brothers and the main one, Ben, I think it's Ben Sadie, who's actually acting in it as well as the brother, was really good. So very entertaining, and got the Blu-ray now, so be rewatching that pretty soon. And so 3, Good Time.
So Good Time is not about a black family that lives in the ghetto with JJ and all that. That's not.
No, that's not it. No.
All right.
Close. Dynamite.
Yeah, Florida Evans, yo. All right. So number 3 for me, it's already been mentioned, and that's with Jeremy Renner, and that's Wind River.
Hey.
Yeah.
It's high up there. These guys were talking about it and everything, and I decided to go watch it. And I was pretty blown away. It's another powerful movie, and like, you know, you just you root for him in this movie. You know what I mean? You're rooting for him and everything, and what's the girl who comes? She's the FBI. Whatever. She does. She plays a really good role in this too, man. Like really good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just like, you know, I was watching this fucking movie, and I was just like, wow, man, them surviving the winter out there in those type of conditions is like fucking insane, man.
Yeah, it was great.
You know, yeah.
Even the Indian Gil Birmingham, who was also the Mexican in Hell or High Water, he was great. When he puts the blue paint on at the end, and that whole discussion at the end is great. It's really, really good, and it's missed out. Like the Oscars, I just don't understand. Like it's really
what's
up
his
there.
name? Is it Graham Greene? The tribal sheriff dude. He played in Dances with Wolves.
Yeah,
as the lead chief.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
He's not the same dude that was in Thunderheart, was he?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
He was in that too. Yep.
Yeah,
it's kind of like whenever they need a Native American, like he's usually,
exactly. There's another guy named Adam Beach. He plays it a lot. He was in Wind Talkers.
Good
Native
movie.
American. You'll recognize him too.
Okay. Top 2.
That sequence.
I have more to say about that later. Stay tuned.
Yeah, but that sequence with that sequence with Wind River when Elizabeth Olsen's like, "Hey, can I go talk to your wife about this situation?" And he's like, "Yeah, she's in her room. Go ahead." And you're just
she's like,
"Oh my goodness!" It's just so incredible.
No, it's very dark and definitely intense. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So number 2 was a complete surprise to me. I couldn't believe how good it was, how funny it was, how like excellent it was, and that is I, Tonya.
Wow!
About Tonya Harding. And we got Craig Gillespie directed it. Margot Robbie. You've never seen her before in this type of movie. It's crazy. Allison Janney, you could go ahead and give her an Oscar. And Sebastian Stan. I mean, you definitely don't see, Bucky. You don't see Winter Soldier at all. And it's just when this story came around, I was maybe about 12 or 11, but I still remember the whole situation with Nancy Kerrigan and stuff like that. And just it was like really funny, and it was tragic too, just the way that she was affected by people and stuff like that, and the ice skating, like I will literally now watch ice skating. So
did Bucky play Jeff Galooly?
Yeah, he played Jeff Galooly. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Interesting.
And yeah, I definitely recommend it. So I mean, if you're going into it like, oh, it's just another chick flick, whatever. No, it's more than that. So yeah. Hi, Tonya. Incredible.
Surprising. I mean, that you picked that, but yeah. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't have a opinion on it yet. So yeah.
All right, my number 2. This is like, I mean, we all recommend movies to each other quite a bit, but this one was just every freaking opportunity. Go watch this. Go watch this. You better watch it. Did you watch it yet? I was like, fuck, okay. I'm going to pay for it. I'm going to fucking search it. I think I spent like $8 just to rent it. So I did, on demand. And it was worth it. I would have spent $20 to see it again. And that is Gook. What I call John was persistent. And I was like, what's this about?
Persistence pays off.
Black and white. I mean, it's filmed in black and white, but you don't.
That's right.
It doesn't even. It could be in color. It could be in anything. What makes the film is the acting, the raw acting. It seemed like almost like you were there, like a real documentary. It's about. It's supposed to take place around the early 90s, the Rodney King riots. But I mean, to me, it was like, there may have been like little flaws that said otherwise, but you talk about and I mean, it's pretty powerful. It's fun in certain ways. One of the best sequences was, I'm a Hall & Oates fan, so when they were playing Hall & Oates, what was it? Kiss on Your List or something like that? Maneater.
Yeah, I think it was Maneater, man.
And they were all dancing. Oh, that was fun. But it's what you picture it to be like. They did a real good job of portraying, you know, I mean, a lot of it's stereotypical, but, you know, the Korean store owners, the angry Korean store owner,
yeah, he was funny.
Yeah, or the thuggish African Americans, you know, but a lot of it was just certain parts you were mad at them, you rooted for the underdog, but wow, a lot of emotion was into this, and surprise, you know, it's there's a scene that I like, what the hell just happened? You know, you didn't expect that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Wow. I wish this film would have got more publicity.
Yeah. Exposure, right?
Got nothing, only by John Steele.
I don't even think it does have a Blu-ray, but
it's got a Blu-ray.
I bought it.
Anything about it.
I had to buy it, man. I bought it.
Like, I hope it goes on Netflix, and then that will get its name out there.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Have you seen it, Adam?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Do yourself a favor, bro.
So it's Gook. It's GOOK.
Yep.
Did I do that right?
One,
okay.
Man. It's only 90 minutes as well, dude. It's quite a short movie. It's not. It goes really quickly.
Funny. It's like these guys. The main actor. He directed it
too. Justin Chong, I think it is.
Yeah, and he's been in a few movies too.
Yeah, he actually did everything to it. Wrote it, directed it, acted.
But his brother.
He's funny.
He can actually sing. It's funny.
Sing with when the girls. It's funny.
Yeah, hitting on it.
Yeah. No, that's a really good pick. So, okay.
That's my number 2.
Nice, number 2. Number 2 for me. We've already talked about it. Wind River. What can I say?
Nice.
It's just I loved Hell or High Water. That was my favorite from last year. So when I saw that the same writer was doing this, I was already very excited. And I always love these films that are set in the snow. I guess it's just something I'm not used to because I've never been around snow. So I just love that aspect of it. And I think Jeremy Renner, I mean, I'm not huge into the Marvel stuff, but he was really good in this. And as was Elizabeth Olsen, she was great too. So again, really well made, a great crime film, and definitely I've watched it twice now. I've seen it a couple of times. Once now on the Blu-ray. I watched it actually a couple of weeks ago, and it's got better. And it gets better as you watch it more and more, I think. So definitely underrated as far as the Oscars go because it got nothing. But it seems that we all really enjoyed this one. So it's my number 2, Wind River.
All right.
Fantastic.
All right. My number 2 is, it's already been mentioned, was and I bought into all the hype for it and everything because I had read the book years and years ago. The fucking book is like this thick, and that's it. You know, Stephen King's It. My number 2 because like I love all the elements of the film. You guys already spoke on a lot of stuff, how you don't think the jump scares were overdone, and some people wanted more Pennywise in it, but it kind of had a Stand By Me feel to it because it is Stephen King, and he kind of does that in a lot of his stories with like that whole coming of age, growing up type of shit. But I think the kids that they cast as the actors in this were like phenomenal. Like they played the parts they played were great, man, and I just can't wait to see like who they're gonna do for the next half of it, the next portion of the movie. So, that's my number 2. Like this is one I actually went to the theater and watched too. So, most of the other ones I didn't, but this one I did.
Do you guys remember the sequence when they're down in the lake or the whatever that was, when they're swimming and stuff. No, when they're swimming.
When they're jumping off. Yeah.
And they mention, hey, there's something underneath us, and it's a turtle.
Yeah.
Well, that you can link up with the Dark Tower, because the turtle is one of the main universe. It's a huge turtle that's like guarding part of the universe, and so you can kind of see that turtle was underneath them the whole time, and that's why they were like, "This thing's huge, and it's a turtle," you know. So
was the turtle head poking out? Oh.
well, that and when he goes into his brother's room and there's the Legos, it's a turtle that he drops. Yeah. Remember that? Yeah, that was another like callback to the book and to the story and stuff. So I thought that was cool. But yeah, that's my number 2. It. So
okay, here we go.
So
number 1.
Big drum roll here. Number 1. I had to get the steelbook. Down from my 4K collection, and yeah, there you go.
Oh, wow.
Blade Runner 2049. This movie.
Wow.
I watched this on a rainy September night, in an XD theater. Thanks to my movie pass, I only saw it for like $3. But this was incredible. This is a masterpiece. It's a cinematic. It's amazing. It made me want to cry a couple times because it was so beautiful in both the cinematography and music. Just an incredible performance once again from Gosling and Ford. That Ana de Remus. You know that one scene that she's in, then. Where it's kind of like a female version of Dr. Manhattan. Woo! Yeah. Loved it. And that's why this one is a perfect masterpiece.
Number 1 for 2017, Adam, Blade Runner 2049.
Number 1.
Yep.
Wow. And also with Blade Runner, with the first one, I tried to watch that like twice on for DVD or VHS or whatever, and I fell asleep both times. And it took at least a 3rd or 4th watch. And actually, the watch in theater a couple years ago, when they re-released the restored version or whatever, director's cut or whatever.
There's about 5 different versions of the film.
Yeah, that movie I really liked, and so this one just improved on it. So yep, here you go.
Good one. Nice. Man. Okay, Horder, your turn, my friend.
No surprise. My number 1, as soon as I watched it, it stayed number 1. And that is Wind River.
Nice. Great pick.
I want to say that I think is the only one that we're all consensus in our top.
Yeah, it seems to be up there, and Brawl and Cell Block seems to be not for
okay. That one was in there too.
Wind River seems to be the one really high for all of us.
Yep.
So I think it was your number, Adam? You were the lowest.
I got number 7.
Okay, so it's all in our top 10. So.
But it's still pretty healthy, number 7. So,
to me,
out of like 150 movies, I mean, it's like
it's nearly flawless. I'm not a big Jeremy Renner fan at all. No. I didn't like him in Hurt Locker. His Hawkeye or whatever is not impressed by him. But this movie, he did fantastic. I was surprised about some of the scenes were like pretty graphic, but it was intense, man. It was very intense.
Definitely.
I mean, you want to root for the good guys, but that one, the shootout scene was amazing.
Oh, like the Western shootout.
Yeah. It was like, what the? You're like, what the hell's going on? It's like, don't do it. It
was crazy.
And that sequence in the trailer. While that went on, holy cow.
Yep. But I mean, like I said, you don't need the biggest name actors. Some of the performances.
Now you get a good script, dude. You can really Good storytelling by that Taylor Sheridan.
Yeah, but even Punisher, dude, Shane, John Barenthal did great.
Yeah.
Who's that Native American actor? She was some eye candy. The girl.
Yeah. Oh, the main girl, like
I think it's Kelsey Isabel.
Yeah, so,
is that right?
I take it she's really Native American, but she needs more roles.
I think
so. But yeah, number one, it's there. It makes my top 50 of all time. It's
good. It's after I watched the Blu-ray like about a week or so ago, it's really climbing up to. I mean, it's 4.5 at the moment, but
I didn't. It's not perfect by any means.
It's not perfect, but 4.5 on Letterboxd.
If I could score it like even higher, I would. If I could score it 4.75, if it let me.
I don't know if it's ever going to get perfect, but 4.5 out of 5 is good for me.
I still need to give it a rewatch.
Yeah, you should. I think you'll like it even more. I certainly did when I watched it again.
That's my number one. I know, Chase. I know what you guys' number one is.
Well, Adam, I'm in, man. Number one, Blade Runner 2049. Yeah, pretty much you've said it all, man. Like, I wasn't a huge fan of the original when I first watched it, but then I actually watched the final cut a day before I saw the new one, and I really got into it. I really understood the story more and really appreciated what Ridley Scott was trying to do. And yeah, I saw this movie twice at the cinema and one time on IMAX, and seeing it in IMAX was just amazing. Like the cinematography, as you've already mentioned, and the soundtrack, and it's just really blew me away, to be honest. I mean, I can see where people would say it's overly long. That's probably my only little gripe. I think it can be cut down a little bit. That's why it's not a perfect score for me, even though it is my number one. It's a 4.5 out of 5. But Gosling was great in it, and as was Jared Leto, and Harrison Ford's scenes are great as well. So yeah, it's a great sort of science fiction noir film, detective film as well. So not much more to say, man. It's really visually stunning, and I hopefully it wins some visual Oscars because it certainly deserves it.
It's got some cameos by some of the original cast.
Yeah,
the original one. So
and you got David Bautista in there, and the Ali, the dude from Captain Phillips, he's in there for a little bit. So you've got a couple of cameos from different actors, and it's overall just a really good Denis Villeneuve, dude, and Roger Deakins, great partnership. So, can't go wrong. So that's my number one.
Wow, John, finish us off with some hate speech.
All right, hate speech. My number one is Gook.
What do you call me?
This movie, like, I hadn't heard nothing about this movie. I just stumbled across it by accident. And the minute I was done watching it and stuff, I was like, you know what? Let me recommend this to, like, Robbie and Leroy and Jace, because I don't make a lot of recommendations, but the recommendations I do give these guys are usually pretty on point. So, and this was an example of one time that it was. So, I mean, if you guys haven't seen it, don't get thrown off because it's filmed in black and white. I mean, if you guys are like really movie buffs and stuff, that won't bother you.
No.
Yeah, that won't even, after like a couple minutes, you don't even like pay attention to that anymore. The acting is, for not people that aren't so well known actors, like they really played their part really well.
You know what? I probably wouldn't like it if it was a mainstream actor, honestly.
Yeah, it would take away the realism from it, because I think these actors are just acting like normal, everyday sort of people, So,
I think I've seen maybe the little black girl in something else. I'm not sure, but I didn't know anybody else going into it and watching it and stuff. But it's so, like Hoarder said, man, it's so real. Like, it's like almost like watching a documentary of what happened during the Rodney King riots. And
have any of you seen 21 and Over?
No.
Have
Oh,
you?
okay, yeah.
Yes.
So there's the Asian guy that gets drunk, right? He like gets really wasted. That's the main dude. That's the director of the film.
That's the guy that wrote it and directed
Yeah,
it, apparently.
that's the guy that wrote it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was him. Oh, because he doesn't look the same. You know that came out. Yeah,
facial hair. He has facial hair.
Yeah, that came out a few years back. So, but I mean, it's a fucking powerful movie, man. It's just like I think everybody should go watch it. Everybody should see it.
Yeah,
it has funny parts to it. You run the whole gamut of emotions. You're happy, you're laughing, you're pissed off, you're sad. It's got all that in it, man. So
definitely agree with that. That was a great recommendation.
Yep. So yeah, that's it.
I mean, I foresee Adam liking it too. But
I think so.
For that movie to be unknown and then all of us have it in our top 10 or whatever, top 5, it's really, you don't get that much from films.
Yeah, but it seems that Wind River and Gook were the two ones that we all had really high up.
Wind River, Gook,
Brawl.
I think. What did you say?
Cell Block 99.
Yeah,
Cell Block 99. We all had.
Get Out.
We clearly have
another one that was
some recommendations for people. Yeah.
Get Out. I don't know if Adam didn't have Get Out.
I don't think so.
I had it. I think I need to rewatch it. But yeah, it's definitely pretty good. I enjoyed it. I just have a whole lot of other movies that just get thrown on top of it. So it's definitely a healthy 7, like 7.5, 8 out of 10 or whatever. So
I mean, is there any other films that that you want to mention that barely?
No, okay. Now everybody's probably asking this. Logan, why isn't Logan there? Now this is my problem with Logan. While Hugh Jackman, Patrick Stewart, X-23, they were all 10 out of 10s. They were incredible with what they did. My only problem there is the villains. The villains, the Reavers or whatever they're called, in comics they're totally different. They're totally different, and they're just not that. I mean, they had one guy, Mohawk. He was the guy that got his head cut off, and I'm just like, that's just such a waste that you'd send in a main guy when your biggest guy is going to go in there and get the girl. Okay, he's dead. And then I did not like the X-24 villain, which was the basically duplicate of Wolverine. Yeah. I did not like that. That was too much like, hey, here's a Sabretooth like villain. Ooh, we've already seen this,
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, and I was just let down on that. And so if I'm let down by the villains, that brings down the story just a little bit. And then there's some technical stuff in there too, that are just like, yeah. But besides that, it's a healthy like 8.9 out of 10. I mean, it's the best of the trilogy of the Wolverine trilogy. But it's just that little stuff that brings it down for me. So that is pretty much me explaining why Logan wasn't top 5 material. So
yeah,
Logan was right there. It was one of those movies, but I'm never a big superhero fan, so it really has to blow me away. It was good. Yeah. It's solid. Nothing to talk about. But some of the big names that you see on lists, like Dunkirk, they mentioned in the chat. Dunkirk.
None of us.
Yeah, same old to me.
It was
no character development. It was, some of the war scenes were, great, but nothing spectacular that I haven't seen before. I mean, you talk about, I thought Saving Private Ryan was way superior than that.
Oh, Hacksaw Ridge is way better.
Yeah, Hacksaw Ridge too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
the Thin Red Line too.
Yeah, same kind of goes for Lady Bird. It's exactly the same. We've seen it all before, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I've already seen Lady Bird. It was called Juno, except she was pregnant.
Yeah, I mean, like like the one Edge of 17 was far better than Lady Bird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another one that no one mentioned that I think we all enjoyed was The Foreigner.
Yeah, that's in my top 25, so that just missed out. Yep.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
That was fun. Jackie Chan and Pierce Brosnan, I like that. Yeah.
Mother, I gotta rewatch it, but
Mother!
It's number 26, top 30 in my top 30.
That is very underappreciated. It was just like nobody understood it. And it was like, well, if you watch it first and then just think about it, you're like, oh.
Yep.
So
hey, what were some like movies you just did not like at all?
Did not like at all?
Well, Pacino's movie Hangman, that was average, dude. And I know Adam's not gonna like this, but Darkest Hour and The Post, man, I was bored. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You want to hear overhyped that I watched and it was just meh? Atomic Blonde.
Oh yeah,
that was fun.
That was in my bottom. That's in my bottom 10, dude.
I like 80s music, so I was like, yeah.
I need to see. Trini said Free Fire. I still need to see that. I want to.
Yeah, that was like a wannabe John Wick with female John Wick maybe.
Oh, Atomic Blonde.
Atomic Blonde was like a female. It was Snowman was really disappointing with Michael Fassbender. That was average.
You know what I just watched that I knew I shouldn't have watched was Rough Night.
Oh yeah, that's the girls.
You wanna see something funnier than that? Girls Trip was surprisingly I liked.
Yes.
That was
Stick with Ingrid Goes West.
Yeah.
The Beguiled.
The very bottom of my list is
oh my goodness.
Here's my bottom 5 right now. Killing Gunther, the worst. I couldn't even get to Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's on the cover, but I guess he only has 5 minutes in the movie. Make it 10 minutes in. The Great Wall. Oh, whatever. Triple X. Xander Cage. Another Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's going down. Aftermath.
Yeah, I heard about that one. Yeah, he's pretty much just doing things for the sake of it now. Yeah, he's done.
And then the Mummy, the new Mummy.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
The villain was it just didn't.
Yeah, I didn't bother with that one.
No.
Oh, and one of the biggest busts that I was so hyped for because of Fifth Element, Valerian.
I didn't mind that. Like I that probably would have been in. I don't know if we did a top 30. That probably would have been in the top 30 for last year. So, but
all has to do with visual for me.
Yeah, that's a very visual movie. There's a movie like that I'm gonna recommend to you guys now that I watched, and I don't think any of you seen it. I put in the chat though. It's called Thumper. It came out last year. Yeah, Thumper. It doesn't have to do with the rabbit and Bambi, so no, it's not. It's not that. But Lena Headey's in it. You guys know who Lena Headey is?
Yeah,
she's in Game of Thrones. And Jace, you'll be happy about this. The main actress is Aussie. Her name's Elisa. Oh fuck, I don't know her. No, not Elijah Doshku. Elisa something. Look
Eliza
up the name.
Eliza Taylor.
Eliza Taylor. She was in the November Man with Pierce Brosnan.
Hey, Jackson. There you go.
Hey,
Aussie girl. She's the main actress in the movie, and Lena Headey's basically. But it's a good film, man. If you guys haven't seen it, go watch it.
Yeah, she's from Melbourne. Yeah.
Go watch Thumper.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Again, it's Pablo Schreiber, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Dennis has seen it as well. Only you and Dennis on Letterboxd have seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just trying to remember what the worst movie of 2017 was for me, and it was definitely Transformers: The Last Night.
The Last
Jedi?
Oh.
No, The Last Night, the Transformers.
Oh, thanks for reminding me. I don't think I logged that one.
Horrible.
Last Jedi was the worst film for me for fucking last year.
No one mentioned Last Jedi.
Nope.
You know what was a kind of a pleasant surprise? Bright. I don't like Will Smith. But
Bright, yes. Bright was good. Bright.
Let Down, It Comes at Night.
Yeah, that was a letdown. That was a really big letdown for me.
A mediocre movie, but it's surprised it's better than I thought it would be, was Jigsaw.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Jigsaw.
I got that on.
That was great.
I got that on 4K.
Yeah, boy.
Another one that I kind of liked was Life. Jake Gyllenhaal. That wasn't bad.
I got to log that too.
Oh yeah,
that's not bad. Better than Alien Covenant. I'll tell you that.
47 meters down.
That was
I got three kind of recommendations. I got three kind of recommendations. I got Gifted with Chris Evans. That was really good. The Belko Experiment.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's the same director as Wolf Creek. Yeah.
Belko. Yeah, Belko was pretty good.
And this has a Groundhog's Day kind of like thing, but I like Before I Fall with Zoe Doche. Jennifer Dills has a part in that too as her mother. Yeah, those are some recommendations there.
You know what?
I agree with that. I agree with what you just said.
Silly comedy that I like. The House. It was surprisingly funny.
Who's in that?
Somalia.
Will Ferrell.
Good.
Okay. The House, huh?
Yeah, it's about gambling and casino, so
Oh, okay. I like it.
That's up your alley, bro.
No one mentioned Alien Covenant.
No, that was a disappointment. Like, yeah.
I like this one. That was a surprise. Power Rangers.
Oh, no one said Justice League.
No.
Come on, Adam. Really?
Power Rangers?
Bruh.
We're not. Well, you and Jace maybe. Me and Horter ain't from that era, bro.
No one said. I think Adam didn't like it. I liked it. American Assassin.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that. American Made wasn't that great with Tom Cruise. That wasn't that great.
Oh, I had fun with that.
I wasn't that big on that.
Annabelle's Creation was better than Annabelle.
Oh, it was incredible.
Yeah.
Florida Project.
Let's see.
I haven't seen that yet.
That wasn't bad. That was alright.
All Eyes on Me, mediocre at best.
Adam, have you seen Call Me by Your Name? What'd you think of that?
Oh,
you know what? Yeah, I did see it. I don't know. It was average. It was like 5.5, 6. It was just There was one good part towards the end. It's not the famous part, with the end credits. But that sounded really bad. The end credits was like the famous part.
The best part, man, was Armie Hammer dancing to that song, 80s song.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the speech that the dad gave.
Oh yeah,
towards the end.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
about. That one was
like,
dude, this is like Oscar material right here.
Yeah, he knew what was going on, and he sort of related it. I know what
movie is it. What movie is this?
Call Me by Your Name. It's another movie that's been nominated by the Oscars. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
what do you guys think of The Void? Has anybody seen that?
I haven't seen it.
I have seen that. It was okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I had it pretty far down on my list too. you know.
Pirates of some Roman J. Israel wasn't bad. Denzel movie.
Huh. Didn't get to see it yet.
Oh,
Hoarder's gone. Oh no.
oh, he's back.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
no.
you know what?
Hoarder's like Nightcrawler up in here. Just pops in and
you
out.
know what? That actually might mean the stringer's cut out.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. It might be because I'm looking at.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're near the end anyway, so that's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jace, Brian said he wanted to come in. 4K said he wanted to come in after. Yeah, after it goes private.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Do you have those, John? Because I don't think I have those guys.
Well, I can.
I think I do.
I can end it and then.
Yeah.
You guys still, I think, can add people. I mean.
Yeah, you can. Like, even if you turn off live, you can. Add people in.
I'll try to stay on, but I was gonna go work out, and I didn't want the treadmill all loud and shit.
Oh.
No, that's okay, man. You can just
boy.
what you like doing. Look at Adam. Look at him, man.
Adam's gonna come work your ass out.
Adam, man, you might as well just take off your whole shirt and end this.
Don't make me get on the screen.
No, please.
Don't make John Steve get on the screen, bro.
Adam's taking off that shirt.
All right. On that note, everyone, here's Adam's guns. This is the Blu-ray Hoarder.
Fun times, guys.
Yeah, man.
We don't have
anything. Here's to 2018.
Yeah, we don't have anything planned.
We'll do next year.
It may be
at the same time.
But I mean, really, Adam. I mean, me, John, and Jace are always streaming on other people's channels or private streaming. Adam's the one that's always MIA.
Yeah, Adam hasn't.
I'm either at work or I'm just like.
Yeah, Adam. I sent you. I've sent Adam. I've tried to include him. So yeah.
Every Sunday through Thursday, I'm working.
Yeah, we're not working out that for you.
I mean, before you were like extra thirsty, and now you're kind of like.
Yeah.
It's because I'm always working, guys.
Yeah, work. Hey, you know what they say? All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
Thanks for joining us. Who is in the chat? George, Leroy, 4K, Visual,
Jackstick,
Trini, Paul,
Who's Supreme,
Tiffany. I don't know if she's watching, but whoever commented, Creepin'. Teresa, no.
Wow.
This is the Blu-ray Hoarder and the Extreme Crew signing off.
Bye-bye.